Closing the door. Closing doors. Starting to stream with me off screen. Ugh. Come on. Let's fucking go. There we go. Ugh, fuck. Ah. Hail burritos. Indeed. I agree with that. What was the rest? It's like, get out of there. You blue arrow. Go away. I can't read the rest of that. Fuck you, arrow. There's a big arrow splotching like half of this comment. I cannot see it. How dare it. Fucking YouTube. Shame on the YouTube. Can't even fucking... It's still there, and there's not even, like... There's nothing there now. It's just... whatever. I don't know. I'm not even... We should learn by now that bitching about YouTube doesn't fix anything. So, fuck it. Fuck it. Mm-hmm. Hail burritos. Hail all people. Okay. Well, okay then. Now I was finally able to read it after like a minute and a half. Fuck. Dude, like my throat today has been fucked. Like, I was kind of winded today. And then, like, I just kind of was going through the motions of work. And about the later half of the part of the day, I end up being fine. But my throat is absolutely, like, not in pain or anything, but, like, I've been having this consistent tickling sensation from, like, the drastic change from all the cold, you know, and the weather, and me having, you know, deal with, like, some cold myself, like an actual cold, instead of just weather cold. So I had to deal with that for a while. Fuck, dude. Like, my body has its ass kicked for a while, dude. And it's just like the one day I feel decent enough, but my throat's still like the last thing that's like needing anything like healed or whatever. It's just so I can't wait for this fucking winter to be done, man. I normally love winter, but this winter I hate it. It's like the first time where I actually don't like winter. Yo, MC, what up? What to do? Responses with faces. Like, I haven't seen those type of faces in forever. Like those little emojis where you use like the W and you usually just random little letters for like eyes or expressions. I haven't seen that shit like mainstream or whatever you want to call it since like I don't even know when. Like 2015 at least, maybe older. Yeah. I'm going to... What am I doing there? Let's get out of there. Yeah. Let's go here. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Cool. Have that up for later. I just see people use it ironically. I do every now and then. In fact, I was kind of tempted to make this one like just burritos with like a special with one of those faces. I was kind of like, you know, let's bring that back. Because I was listening to the interview with Uwe Boll that DFF did, and his name Uwe or Uwe or whatever, you know, like it just is the way his name is spelled, Uwe. I mean, it's spelled or it's pronounced Uwe because I mean he's German, so it's, you know, U, but instead of like Uwe or like Uwe, it's Uwe or Uwe. It's not A. Like the E doesn't make like an A sound at all. It's a Uwe. And like funny enough, like Uwe, and that's gonna. I need to like try to keep mental check myself with that. I keep saying the other way, but Uwe Boll actually, like as soon as this whole big thing about the whole interview with Uwe was coming up, I I eventually like followed him on Twitter because I was like, fuck it, I'll follow him, and then he follows me back, after he was gonna mention a tweet about it or whatever. So he's following me. Like I could DM this guy and like have a conversation with him if I wanted to, which is really interesting. Like it's Uve's kind of a fascinating dude. Tyler Up absolutely hates him, and I actually kind of want to change his mind on it. That would be kind of funny. Thinks he's such a scammer, even though I don't really think Uwe really is honest entirely, because he has a restaurant, so obviously he has like a sense of business operations and knows how to actually make money and be, honest earnings. So, and actually, I could go to his restaurant. It's not in Vancouver, Washington, but it's in Canada. But I can go to Canada, Vancouver, Canada, pretty easily. I have a passport. I got, technically I got the money to do it now, but I mean, I could easily do it by like the summer if I wanted to. And that actually reminds me, I think me and my friends are going to try to plan a trip to Canada in the summer. I'm really not too sure if that will happen, but I want it to happen. And if we do get a chance to go into Vancouver, I'm going to make everyone go to Bauhaus, because that's his restaurant name. It's Bauhaus. It's not spelt like Bauhaus. It's like Bau, and then German for house, which is Haus. It gave me a school in Germany by accident. Oops. Vancouver, Canada. Wow. There it is. Found it. It took me a second. Oh, that's why I was using Yahoo's browser. What the get out of here. Why did I use you? Yeah, this is it. Oh, it's a 4 Diamond Award, AAA, CAA. Okay. A wine list. Ooh. Chef tasting menu. Scallop tadai. Ooh. Avocado, palmetto, sesame. Potato soup with smoked eel, leek, and dill. Ooh. I've never had eel, so that sounds good, dude. Ham hock, split pea, onion, and garlic. Oof. That just sounds delicious. Let's check out their menu, guys. Let's do that. I guess we are checking out the menu. What the fuck? So they have their team. Uva's obviously on it, but part of it is in either Japanese or Chinese. I don't know what. I mean, probably Chinese because it's a lot more block and squared, but okay. That's interesting. But yeah, Uwe Boll is in here with David Muller and Tim Schultz. Okay. Well, yeah, cool. I actually want to go here. I would. I mean, I want to, honestly. Yeah, the menu. Yeah. Oh, well, I was already on it then. La carte. Let's check this. Ooh, yeah. Oh. Spendy. But, it is in Canada, too. To share for the table. Cheese spatzel. Crispy onions. Oh. So the cheese spatzel is basically what that sounds like is like crispy onion rings, but with like cheese dipped. That sounds pretty good. German classics. Goulash, which is spatzel and papri. Ooh. Wiener Schnitzel, of course. You always have to have that. Uh, Zweibel Rostbraten. Ooh, that just sounds good. Onions, kale. I gotta get out of here. I'm just like, this is becoming like almost like a fresh fruit sorbet. You can have a sorbet. All right, I better get out of here before I just get way too up in that restaurant menu. Get back over here. Boom. Get the last little bit of the sauce out, bitch. There we go. I've eaten alligator. That's about the craziest thing I've eaten. The craziest thing I've eaten was shark. Fermented shark. And yeah, it was very peculiar. That's that much I could say. Fancy feast, but for humans. Pretty much. But, I would not mind going and checking this place out. I mean, isn't that like what food is in general? It's just fancy feast, but for humans. Oh. Well. I guess this test technically isn't fancy feast. Well, I'm not even on this. That can go away. Go back here. Get rid of that. Boom. Actually, there's I think there was something interesting that was. Where was it at? Oh. Mara has a little something. What's this all say? It's just State of Union thing. Whatever. I mean, I've seen so much of that already. I'm just done. I'm done with that. Oh, YouTube. I love how you just don't get me anything that just seems remotely interesting. Liam Neeson clarifies controversial revenge remarks. Didn't he just come out and was like, hey, I used to think this way. Don't really think that anymore, but I just want to let people know that. Just be like, yeah, I don't think this way anymore, but in case someone wants to try to find shit in my past, well, I admit it, but, well, I'm not like that no more. It's like, okay. Does that even matter? Like, who gives a fuck? How 1950s parents feel about their children. That seems interesting enough, I suppose. The 50s.
The parents of the 1950s were, I think, the most unusual generation of the 20th century. These are the people who had grown up in the Depression. They had experienced real tough times when they were children and when they were teenagers. And then World War II hit, as many of them were just reaching adulthood, and they had the trauma of the war. And then, after all that, they reached the 1950s at a time when the U.S. was tremendously prosperous, when the economy was booming as we've never seen it before. And I think they reacted to that prosperity, and I think they reacted strongly to all of the trauma of the Depression and the war by turning inward a bit, by marrying young, by emphasizing home and family.
It was a perfect setting in which the youth culture, in a certain sense, could blossom. Life in the suburbs was organized.
I mean, that makes total sense. I mean, after, of course, a great world war, and especially after economic depressions and, downtrodden, see that's been happening with poverty. And then, of course, you get, policies that, help reverse a lot of those different, problems. And generally due to other global factors like war, like World War II, of course, for this example. And, yeah, I mean, of course, once you come back at it, and the nation's, kind of built itself back up a bit. I mean, well, kind of you wouldn't be surprised, but feel like, oh, well, everything's great, let's just all be, free to, just go run around and be like, woo, whatever, It's just like, all right. Just like being able to, I don't even know. Like, I mean, it's kind of the same idea for like, for in the past too. I will even say, like in the 20s, like because we had a similar type of context going on there. It was after a big war, and at the end of it, like everyone was like, "What do we do? We won, and we needed." We're all just angsty and don't got much to do. So, what are y'all gonna do? You're gonna go party, have fun, and make the most of it. So, I mean, and I kind of see it's like the 50s is kind of its own little way like that, and kind of in the own way like the 20s was. Of course, different factors cause different things in those different eras to do happen with different things, but I mean, there's a lot of different similar elements.
Organized around the kids again. They were the center of attention, endless round of Little League games and PTA meetings, etc. So it was in the suburbs, in a certain sense, that this message about the importance and the uniqueness and the generational potency associated with these kids, I think, was delivered with real force.
In the average American family today, children are the object of more concentrated thought and concern than the young of any previous generation. For out of an increasing understanding of child psychology has come an awareness that children are real people with individual personalities which must be respected and encouraged.
This was a distinctly new way to be raised in the world. And it allowed for a whole generation that I suppose we would now call spoiled kids, which from my point of view simply meant kids who had very high expectations in life with respect to freedom and happiness. They thought life was about being free and about being happy. And they carried those expectations forward into high school and into college.
Is this any louder?
And brought with them a kind of a level of expectation that was simply unprecedented in, I would say, in world history.
We found out in the 50s that if you got up in the morning and went to work and did a good day's work, that things got better. You got promoted.
Man, this guy had 5 kids. Holy fuck. No, thank you.
Or you got more money. You were able to buy furniture. You could have more children. The children could have better clothes, and life just improved. We knew it was because you went to work. But I'm not sure our children realized that. They saw simply that the clothes got better, the house got bigger, the neighborhood got nicer. And I have a strong suspicion that what happened in the late 60s was that the kids who rebelled took it for granted that life would improve automatically.
Now here's a...
And I definitely think that definitely does play a role. I actually don't think he's wrong. Like, I mean, because to some extent, because both of these parents, especially around these times, because after World War II, I mean, women were starting to be in the workforce a lot more and weren't staying as much as home as they used to. So it started to become more commonplace where both parents were starting to work full-time jobs and shit. So these kids are just, it makes sense that they'll all be like, oh, well, look at everything getting better and, everything's working out all right. Well, at the end of it, it's like, oh, didn't realize that it had some worth into it. And I kind of see this as like a like I'm kind of seeing this because what he said earlier was actually a kind of a caveat that I kind of went, oh, I had a little realization.
Suspicion that what happened in the late 60s was that the kids who rebelled, we knew it was because you went to work. But I'm not sure our children realized that. They saw simply that the clothes got better, the house got bigger, the neighborhood got nicer. And I have a strong suspicion.
Oh, I actually missed it. It was like right up the beginning.
Unprecedented in, I would say, in world history.
We found out in the 50s that if you got up in the morning and went to work and did a good day's work, the things got better. You got promoted. Or...
See, I think that's the big key thing that he mentioned. Is that to him, like, society is like, oh, you want to know how things got better? You did a hard-earned living, made your peace, made your 2 cents, called good. And, you know, and like, that's kind of a, you know, kind of like the proto, I would say, you know, introduction of how, like, today society is, which is hyper consumerist, where, you know, everyone's saying you got to make your buck, you got to make your buck, you got to just, you know, earn money, and yet, you know, it's been hyperbolic to, you know, and hyper exploited so much to where people could barely get it. And, you know, and in a way, this, you know, I kind of see at least what he said there as like a, you know, like, seems just like the start of, like, you know, what becomes of, you know, today's society now. Oh, David Hoffman, this was about, he uploaded this. It was a 6-part PBS documentary. Okay, that's cool. That's pretty cool. Okay. Let's go a little more. Let me skip a bit.
Fathers were engaging in the single-minded pursuit of material comforts.
My dad was always above board in all his business dealings. But I would say money and getting ahead and making a lot of bucks was his goal. And I think what it was Dad meant well. Dad wanted to love us, but Dad was so busy at work. He would work till 2, 3 in the morning doing artwork for the business. He'd get up early and be gone. I hardly ever saw him.
Everything young boys saw.
The consumerist society. Go work your job and work it good and work it hard and work it long, and you'll get a good pay to keep your food on the table for your kid. They might not see you at all, but you know what? Fuck it. You're making the bucks. Aren't they happy?
Home.
That's kind of what I heard from him. So he was a kid growing up in the 50s, and he had a different interpretation of how he felt about, you know, the whole situation compared to the other guy too, which, you know, brings the other perspective of, you know, where, you know, he ain't wrong either. You know, like, you know, I don't think kids took, you know, at this time took for granted that, you know, these things happen. I think they had an assumption of what was happening, but, you know, like, I don't think they really were, you know, probably aware of how it all happened. Just knowing that my dad or my mom or both of them go somewhere, they come back. Over time, things just get better. Maybe it has something to do with them consistently going out into what they're doing, what they call job. You know, so. Yeah, there's a lot of comments talking about boomers. Oh my goodness. I'm not even going to go in those comments. Just go back.
TV told them that if they did as they were supposed to, they would be, quote, lucky enough to follow in their father's footsteps.
Really? Let's just hear that again.
Everything young boys saw at home and on TV told them that if they did as they were supposed to, they would be, quote, lucky enough to follow in their father's footsteps.
So, yeah, even then, it was like kids were, you know, growing up to being taught to be these obedient little cognitive little cogs in, you know, a whole big corporate machine, which, oh boy. Great. I really honestly am just seeing more parallels of how, you know, we're so fucked up now, you know, just with this one video. Kind of like, damn, son. Oh, there's some stuff about the Womans. Let's go check out the Womans section of this video.
Isn't it wonderful how how this washer does all these heavy things?
And what did girls feel was in store for them? A life just like their mothers.
Judy, it isn't as bad as all that, dear.
Sorry, Mother. I was just thinking.
About what?
Well, you know, thinking of how awful worse they used to be for you before you had the electric water heater and the washer.
So now I add the peskin.
Educational films like this one reflect society's belief that women could find fulfillment only as housewives and mothers.
Now I let it come to a full rolling boil again.
Ugh.
It won't take long. You like to cook, don't you, Pet?
Oh, it's not just liking to. It's more. Well, it's accomplishing something. It's me cooking. Me, Susan Douglas. And not just cooking, but, well, creating something special. Oh, I wish Miss Holland could talk to you. She could say it so much better than I can. Who's Miss Holland?
This is, jeez, this is ridiculous. It's like, it's not just me cooking. It is, wait, no, it's like, it is just me cooking. It's yes, it's just like, it's something special. It's not just this thing I'm doing. It's like, well, it kind of is. I mean, I like jeez. Like, I love how they demean the idea that, they can't have, like, any, actual job for themselves or, like, any, fulfillment outside of just being, quote, housewife, robot, slave thing that makes babies and nothing more. It's just like, wow, you're trying so hard to push about how fulfilling that is. Like, it's kind of funny. It's like, damn, trying really hard, and it's more ridiculous at the face value of it than serious. It's just like, oh no.
She's my home economics teacher.
Not enough of anyone means soup instead of jelly.
Even girls who were sent to college often majored in what were called the domestic sciences.
Domestic sciences?
Well, there's one nice thing about it happening in class. Here is part of our learning. At home, it would be a minor tragedy.
There was a song when I went to college.
Domestic sciences was just basically how to be a housewife. It's like, oh God. Oh.
I don't sing anymore, I know. That had a verse that went something like this. You're sharp as a pinpoint, your grades are really 10-point. You are Dean's List Sophia Smith. But when a man wants a kiss kid, he doesn't want a quiz kid. Oh, you can't get a man with your brains, with your brains, with your brains. Oh, you can't get a man with your brains. And it had verses that went on and on. Now, I sang that in 1957 with a sense of how true it was and how funny it was. Now, of course, it makes a shiver run up and down my spine.
I had 4 choices of things that I could be when I grew up. I could be a teacher, a nurse, a stewardess, or a secretary. I couldn't go into things that dealt with medicine. I couldn't go into law. I couldn't go into the real professions. It was extremely limiting.
And obviously, she has ambitions for that. The main problem is literally just this whole pressure of, nope, you are meant to do these things and these things only. It's like, would that be more of the problem in society than allowing people to have the opportunity to choose the path they want, or at least close as they can to that?
The overall goal was to find a husband, get married, have children.
And I still even feel this, and that is always going to be around. This, when you're going to settle down, when you're going to have kids, when are you going to get married? It's like, that is probably the biggest social pressure that anyone will ever get, period. Is when you're settling down, when you're going to have kids, when you're going to find that special person. It's like, whoa. What the fuck? It's like, how about no, or when I damn please? Like, I literally have to reiterate it and be an asshole about it. with fucking people, because it's like, fuck off. I don't give a shit about, this whole structure of marriage and society or whatever. It's just a whole dumb construct, and it really just is, fascinates me that, our society was, so rudimentary. You must do this and this, or else you are not part of society. It's just like, we were really, really robotic. We still are in a lot of cases, and I'm not even saying we're perfect now. Far from it. In some ways we've gotten worse, in some ways we've gotten better. You know what? That's just nature, civilization, and humanity. So, I mean, like, let's face it, like 4,000 years ago, we were fucking great at doing brutal, bloody combat. But, like, at the same time, 4,000 years ago, we didn't really, our knowledge of, like, the cosmos and the universe in itself and our own very being and meaning wasn't even, like, really fleshed out yet. Though now you look at today, I mean, our ideas of, like, science and, the cosmos shit, it's like, and our ways of doing war is a lot more, sophisticated. So, we've become, we evolve and change over time. It's just what humans do. I have, like, totally just let this chat go on forever. I don't even know who the fuck is here, who's not. Well, Carl and Joe seem to be here, so that's cool. What it do? All right, that was actually weak. I actually feel bad about that one. It almost sucked. Oh.
And live with a white picket fence.
I used to make little stews for my child and he used to spit them out and stick them on the wall. But I went on doing it. I don't know why. Dr. Spock. I think Dr. Spock ruined everything. I really do. I mean, he's wonderful in the peace movement. But this whole image of giving your children everything you had, and they have to be satisfied and they have to be content. And I think we gave them much too much.
And here it is.
Sure. I would agree, because, especially at that time when there was a lot of, where's my thingamab? Oh, there it is. But like at the time, I mean, yeah, like, because when you got such prosperity going on and you're able to earn things pretty comfortably, with the income you're able to make, yeah, like, I mean, you'll get stuff fairly easily and end up not becoming very, like, open to not being spoiled, I guess, being, like, frugal or whatever. Instead, you become more spoiled because you feel more entitled, essentially, into different different needs and certain things.
The American family of the 1950s, as it was seen thousands of evenings on TV. Happy kids, happy father, happy mother. Everyone behaving as they were supposed to.
Looking all dressed up and dapper.
Taking riding lessons is a pretty expensive way to meet a girl.
The message was absolutely unmistakable. This was the way your life should be. And if it wasn't, something must be very wrong.
Yeah. Pretty much how the whole 50s seems like, and it seems like the 50s was like the proto foreshadowing of, like, what we eventually see for today. Or at least a lot of the elements within that, flush right into it. But damn, got that going, and now there's, of course, YouTube. Just what it does is it'll recommend me like 2 somewhat decent videos, and then it'll give me nothing afterwards to, like, check out or whatever. But there might be, who knows, there could be probably something interesting that will probably catch my eye or not catch my eye, who knows. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I just saw a picture of Ayn Rand, and it was terrifying. She has a really, like, Mummy face, dude. Rand. She legitimately has a little bit of a mummy face. Like worse than Hillary or Pelosi, dude. Like like straight up worse than them. Oh my god. Okay. All right. I'm just no. No. Huh? Boom. Same here. I have very Italian last name. Damn. My Albanian grandfather won't acknowledge my name. Damn. I knew Malloy was an Irish. Yeah, that's definitely a Irish sounding name. Malloy. Musso di Gagliano. You wanted me to be named an Albanian name, not an English one? Then what does he call you? I mean, does he just call you Mr. whatever your last name is? Mr. Rove. I'll just say that for the example. Like, does he just do that, or is he just, like, legitimately just not say your name or anything? Van Honner? Oh, Van Honder. Or, no, Vlan Honda. Okay. Alright. That makes sense. It's not terrible. Actually kind of sounds somewhat interesting. Or somewhat cool. Vlan Honda. Or Hunder. Or however the last little foreigners. Ah, that's what that means. Okay. Yeah, had a little interesting kick to it. Who said the word foreigner had to be negative? I go back at... I just realized what I did. I don't... Oh my god. YouTube. Like, for real. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, never mind. As I do that, YouTube does give me something decent. Arts of America!
Alright.
Better watch out! This is Russian propaganda! It's Russian propaganda, everybody!
You got to be careful what you ask for online because you may not get the answer you're expecting or hoping. That happened recently to NBC News and Capitol Hill correspondent Casey Hunt. This week, she tried to defend her network's claims that Democrat Tulsi Gabbard was being promoted.
I remember this.
Quote,
Yeah. This is so dumb.
By asking to her followers this question, she says, "Who do you think is more credible?" Now, the response that followed wasn't exactly what she was looking for. So joining us now to break this stuff all down, our own reporter, Dan Cohen, who was the man originally behind the Tulsi Gabbard story that Miss Hunt here is talking about. All right, Dan.
First... Literally, like, all those... Actually, before, like... Why must everything... news related just fucking go right into Twitter and, you know, like respond to their tweets and shit? It's like, oh my god. Like, sure, like, you know, there's like, you know, there's definitely like, you know, like there's, you know, some somewhat validity, but not, I want to use this as your main validity.
All down, our own reporter, Dan Cohen, who was the man originally behind the Tulsi Gabbard story that Miss Hunt here is talking about. All right, Dan. First, remind us about who New Knowledge is and their role in the Alabama special elections that caused all of this scuffle between us and...
that part, there's, oh, it's just the whole RT thing. It showed a picture of Tulsi. So I thought it was something on Tulsi. Whatever. How dare it? wasn't exactly one. I'll go on their thing and see what else they might have. Who knows? Who knows? Let's check it out. Pharmaceutical. Well, here's something about everyone's favorite country. Venezuela. Venezuelers. Oh no. The Venezuelers. Let's see what this is all about.
Leaders meeting in Uruguay who are trying to solve the political crisis in Venezuela are now pushing for new elections. But some wonder if it's just too late for that plan, as the U.S. officials are calling for President Maduro to step down. RT's Rachel Blevins is joining us live from the newsroom with all the latest developments. Rachel. Well, as the United States continues to claim that its attempts to deliver humanitarian aid to the people of Venezuela have been blocked by the government, U.S. Special Envoy Elliot Abrams is now speaking out and calling for President Nicolas Maduro to leave his country.
While Guaido calls for humanitarian assistance for the people of Venezuela, Maduro continues to block unhindered access to international humanitarian assistance and denies Venezuelans the basic necessities they direly need unless they declare loyalty to him.
However, Venezuela has accused the U.S. of attempting to smuggle dozens of firearms and ammunition into the country. And this is not Abrams' first time supporting an opposition group in another country. The official in charge...
Yeah, those look like some pretty nice, modern, freshly, shipped right out of... Some of them aren't even out of boxes. Look at this. Granted, this could be some staged bullshit, whatever. But I don't know. Those look pretty fresh out of their boxes.
Group in another country. The official...
But yeah, there's a few other scenes like... Oh, god damn it. There we go. But they had their guns up there and shit. And yeah. Have a lot of guns with them too.
And this is not Abrams' first time supporting an opposition group in another country. The official in charge of the United States humanitarian aid program for the rebels in Nicaragua claimed that in 1986 he ordered his planes to shuttle weapons for the Contras in Central America at the direction of Abrams, who was an assistant secretary of state. Abrams was later convicted of lying to Congress about his role in financing rebels in Nicaragua. He was then pardoned by former President George H.W. Bush in 1991. And Secretary of State Mike Pompeo is also speaking out about the current situation. He told Fox Business that the militant group Hezbollah is active in Venezuela today and poses a threat to the United States.
What? Hezbollah? What? Huh? I beg your pardon? Hezbollah? Are you desperate? Are you that desperate to overthrow Venezuela? God. Oh my god. I legit feel bad for that country, dude. I legit feel bad for every single individual in that country, regardless of their origin or loyalty to who. Fuck all. I don't care. They've been fucked in the ass so much in the 40 years. It's absurd. Oh my god. That poor country, dude. The butt of everything.
People don't recognize that Hezbollah has active cells. The Iranians are impacting the people.
Oh my god. Even this Fox Business host, this bimbo bitch is looking at him perplexed. She's like, what? Look at her. She looks perplexed. What are you talking about? She is also perplexed. Oh. When your own... Oh, that's Trish Reagan. Or Trish Reagan. Or whatever her name is. She is supposed to defend your shit and your stupid propaganda. She's looking at you like You just spewed some crazy bullshit.
People in Venezuela and throughout South America, we have an obligation to take down that risk for America.
Leaders and representatives from countries in Europe and Latin America came together to discuss the future of Venezuela in a meeting of the International Contact Group on Thursday. During the summit in Uruguay's capital, dozens of people took to the streets in protest both for and against the current president. And following the meeting, the European Union's foreign policy chief said that the international coalition did not come up with an exact plan of action, but they are calling for a transparent election and claiming the goal is to find solutions that avoid violence and foreign intervention.
The group aims to forge a common international approach to support a peaceful, political, democratic, and Venezuelan-owned resolution to the crisis, excluding the use of force through free, transparent, and credible presidential elections.
Exclude the U.S. intervention in that, too. And you kind of have a deal for me. Oh, my lord. Damn, this first comment's perfect. The U.S. is really not helping, and frankly, the world is tired of it. Yep. Like, my goodness. Like, even, like, I don't know, like, I will take the grain of salt with the whole weapons literally all being smuggled in, but you know what? I don't want to pass this at all. We've done, like, the CIA's done it. We've done it towards Islamic terrorists for decades now, and we'd still do that. So, I mean, we do a lot of these different things pretty openly and blatantly. It's just that we're doing this more secretly because we're supporting an illegal coup. Sleepy and amusements cause me to have odd feeling dreams, and the odd feeling continues once I wake up. Huh. Haven't been drinking much lately. Going to Sonar Rock Festival in the Social Desert right Memorial Day weekend. Just bought tickets. Nice. Venezuela's good cuisine. I have constant music, cough, congestion. Due to a pollen plant. Yeah, for me it's the weather and yes, smoking weed every day. But I've been like I didn't use my torch with that last one. I've been keeping it very light. I actually only took like a very small corner of this bowl. Look at that. Like it's only like half smoked. Like there's no way I'm going to be able to just like just do all that. Nah. I gotta let that chill. I mean, I could do the other corner, and then I could do the last little other third of a corner, and then I can load in our bowl. But as I know my throat's all weird. At this point, it's just sensitive. Like I'm not even really like coughing up mucus anymore. It's just sensitive right now, just because I've been fucked for like the last week and a half. So I've just been keeping it really light. You know, I've been sucking on these cough drops, and that's been keeping it mild. Like, I'm sure I'd be feeling a lot worse today if I haven't been keeping it chill. If I was just going like I normally would, going hard on the bulls, I would be... Like, I did that this morning before I left them. I just, like, wasn't thinking about it and took a fat one, and it killed my throat. I went, whoa! Like, it didn't, like, destroy it, like, within. I went, and then it went out, but then I went, wow! Like, once I blew it all out, and it was not good. So, yeah. Whenever, like, if you seriously, like, got, like, something going on with the throat, just refrain from smoking anything, or do it very minimally. Because no matter what, it's just ain't gonna be pleasant. Like, I was able, like, what I was able to do was, alright, it was cool, it was chill. But I definitely can't go hard like I normally normally do. I mean, you guys see me. I go, I cook them bitches. I cook them bowls, but not today. I have to keep it chill. Oh, Bolsonaro dies. Yeah, I don't object to that idea. That Face Sagan video was good. I actually haven't seen that yet. I saw it on my uploads, but I haven't seen it yet. All I ask is for Bolsonaro to die comically before U.S. invades Venezuela. Dude, that would just be like, what? That would be such a weird turn of events. Bolsonaro suddenly dies. Brazil goes into like a crazy fucking, I don't know what would happen from that. And then U.S. with a staging ground in Colombia invades Venezuela. The Bolsonaro loyal government that is still somewhat left, I'm assuming there will be strife beyond this point and clashings and like, oh my god, oh. I mean, South America will be like, I think it will probably be worse than the Middle East if that were to happen, but not due to religious extremism, but just literally due to economic chaos and fucking just destruction of like these local economies. It's oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh man. I am just so not excited about what's happening there. Ugh. But at the same time, I'm just not shocked at all. I'm just literally like, yay. The establishment doing what they are obviously gonna do. Yay, of course. Who would have seen this? I'll also have some esophageal conditions. Some crazy disease called EOE. Eosinophilic esophagitis. Huh. I'm probably gonna end up getting esophageal cancer at some point in my life. Damn. Esophageal. I'll have to look that up. What the hell is all that shit? It's newly recognized. Oh, it's allergy cells. So cells that are just made to be alert to react to allergies. Build up in the lining of the esophagus. Okay. The eosinophils, the eosinophils cause inflammation in the esophagus, which may cause the following symptoms. Okay. Environmental allergens may also play a role in this disease, but more research is needed. It's a chronic disease. Managed through diet and or medical treatment. It's not life-threatening. Left on treatment can cause permanent damage in the esophagus. Okay. Ugh. Those look a little nasty. Do adults get it? Yeah. From childhood. Oh, it could develop in childhood and persist into adulthood. Some people first experience EOE as an adult or only receiving diagnosed once an adult. Okay. Just reading more about this now. Limited adult data suggests that inflammation does not lead to cancer, but it's too early to know for sure. Any inflammatory process that persists from childhood years into adult years must be of concern. It's just literally like has a bunch of questions like, what medications does it need? Like, what path to test this? La, 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 la. It's like, oh my God. Okay, then. I just was looking for a few basic things. Not this whole list. But, let's have figured it out a little bit. The conditions around your family, no one has. Not that I know of. Yeah, so, and it's just said on there that that it can it cause cancer, and so far it's no, but they don't know. Obviously, there needs to be more research into it. Yeah, stricture, narrowing, soft mist, difficult to swallow food, and GERD. White blood, you're a mare. Huh? White what? I'm literally like mostly European. If I had a blood of Thule, wouldn't be in this mess. Oh my God. It's weird because my dad has the other shit, but not you. Huh. It's starting to show up in numbers in my generation. Yeah. Like I'm thinking about it, and I don't want to be like a self-diagnoser, but I mean, to some extent, this sounds like something at least I have struggled with before. Not necessarily like poor weight gain. Well, yeah, not really that, because that's not really my problem. Decreased appetite, yeah, sometimes, not always, but I mean, I have an appetite. I just ate like some dank ass burritos here. Chest pain, I'm only feeling that now because I was sick for a while, and coughing from all the mucus buildup that is gone now was just fun. Abdominal pain, nah. Reflux like symptoms, some like rarely. Almost like never though. Trouble swallowing. I mean, no. Food impactation. When food gets stuck in the throat. That's happened before. I wouldn't like choke. I can still breathe, but nothing can go down my throat now at that point, you know what I mean? So there, like there's a few things in here that I can relate to, but I feel like some of this is just due to me not being smart. Like food impactation, like that could just happen because I didn't chew enough of it. So I mean, it's just like, oh well. Gastroesophageal reflux disease, a chronic digestive disorder that's caused by abnormal flow of gastric acid from the stomach into the esophagus. Okay. Well, think about it, learned all the basic general facts about that shit. Bauhaus is still on here. The address is on there. 1 West Cordova Street. Okay. 1 West Cordova. I'll have to remember that. Well, I am, because I'm actually gonna bookmark this. Let me bookmark this awesome site. Library, bookmarks. Bookmark the page. Bauhaus Restaurant. Best restaurant in Vancouver. I love it. Ooh, gift cards? Events? Oh, they have events going on? Do they? The Heart of Vablonden. Valdobabienden. Huh. Grunkolskisen. Oh, Grunkolisen. Okay. Special 3-course menu including beer, 45 plus tax and gratuity. February 20th, 2019. Damn. I would like to honestly check out some of this shit every now and then. But I'll have to eventually make my way to Canada for that. Canada, I'm coming for you one day. You son of a bitch. And there's nothing you can do to stop me. Besides turn me away at the border if that's what you decide to do with me. If you decide to do that, I can't really argue against it. Nor do I blame you. Found some super good beer. Oh shit, what'd you find, Stefan? Oh my god. Can Canada just conquer the US already? Like, all hail Prime President Trudeau. All hail Prime President. The Prime President. Oh my goodness. Just have him be the God Emperor Trudeau. Instead of God Emperor Trump, it's Trudeau. God Emperor Trudeau, believe me, it will be very tremendous. Let me just tell you. Oh no. Oh no. Bozeman Brewed Blood Orange Blonde. That sounds pretty good. She was pretty fake progressive. More of why he needs to be the God Emperor. Because being a God Emperor does not mean you're progressive. So... What? The highest possible quality you can record in OBS Studio?
It's been a little while.
Whoa. I don't give a You're one of these videos? I just want to, like, see, like, some intense shit go down. Never mind. Never mind. I just wanted something a little entertaining, not this whole tutorial 13... I should have looked at that more. I should have observed that a little more and been a little bit more, Oh, boy. Chemtrails. I've just been getting into the show recently called The Non Sequitur Show. And, oh god, I realized that they had one on chemtrails. That just doesn't, like... Well, the chemtrails just don't make sense to me, dude. Like, what? Like, the idea that, like, there's these, like, grid patterns of aircraft contrails from the water exhaust that comes out of the engines, because that's happens sometimes because of atmospheric pressure, and over time it just dissipates. Like, that makes no sense to me. What? You know, it's just like, what? And they're like thousands of feet up. They're not like 500 feet or whatever, you know, like what people claim. Or it's like, makes no sense. Like, if they're there, then, and they're as close as you think and you say, then have, like, I don't know, go on like a helicopter tour or something and go look at them. Like, I'm pretty sure they're just gonna be like the contrails from aircraft that just stay over time, because that happens. And they're chaotic too. They're not like straight or in grid fashion. They're all like, they go pretty much wherever they kind of damn please. This makes no sense, dude. This makes no sense. Like, here. Yeah, also called a condensation trail or vapor trail. There's literally a contrails versus chemtrails video compilation, and the thumbnail is literally just the same thing, only one of them is photoshopped to be zoomed way the fuck in, and the other one's is zoomed out enough so you can actually see the plane showing off the contrails. Like, oh my god, dude. like like I'm looking at even at these more like, look at these chemtrail ones, and they just look like regular aircraft contrails. I'm just like, they make no sense to me, dude. Oh god, this guy looks like, oh no. But yeah, it's just the same shit. Like, what? Confusing. Alcohol for a blonde also 6.4. Damn. Energy, several occasions. Yeah, he supports big oil. Yeah, he definitely does. He dumps oil into rivers just to own the libs. Damn. I pull up this. I don't have time. I mean, I could do it too. Fracking in Alberta. Do you want him to hop? Huh? Crack it down on Saudi Arabia and let the U.S. Well, that is... well, hold on. Because shortly after that happened, I heard some shit about that where it was actually bullshit. So hold on, let me look that up. Oh. Um. Show the pork. Careful. Oh, there's something. What's this say? Canada can't afford to cancel the Saudi arms deal, and the Trudeau government knows it. Okay. Oh, okay. This article is just really hacky. Ugh. I just like took like 2 reads into like the first paragraph and then like the fourth, and I went, ugh. This isn't the. I don't even think I could just keep reading that one. Oh, plus that was. Oh, that was still when it was 2018, so that was old. I don't know. I thought I did, but it could have been wrong. Either way, yeah, whatever. I'll go back into what's going on there. Pretty drunk right now, yeah. Peter Pit. Damn. The Peter Pit. The Peter Pit. The Peter Pit. I don't know why I'm doing it in John Cena's theme. The Peter Pit. The Peter Pit. The Peter Pit. God, no, I decided actually kind of fit. That actually somewhat fits. Oh, jeez. I gotta... on the non sequitur show. I mean, they're just literally a whole podcast. I don't know why I was looking at. Huh. Why? There's like a whole fucking thing of 10-hour videos, you know, those little 10-hour loops, and it's literally just a whole thing of them. It's like a topic. Like, oh my god. God, got like an itchiness right here. There we go. Fixed it. Fixed my itchiness. Where there was something I actually was just about to click. Where'd it go? I think it goes right in here. Yeah. Oh, damn. Body. So, damn. Damn, they got like 16-wheelers blocking these roads. Going in advance. Damn, that's crazy, dude. But you know what? I don't blame them. The aid. We just saw earlier they were pretty much being sent fucking weapons. And those weapons could only be for the people doing the coup. Let's make a coup get violent and get worse. That makes it easier to invade, doesn't it? I just love it. I love it. I love it. This is a wall of... just a nice little line of them all just chilling out, doing their thing. They're all just casual about it. They're all just like, yeah. Yeah. We're making sure nothing just passes. But yeah, we're here. What's up? Guess it wasn't that shit. Best paint job I ever had was gun equipment repair shop. Most paid under the table. Yeah, like I wouldn't mind, you know, working in something like that. That'd be kind of a cool, you know, like, you know, cool little trick to learn, you know, for just learning how to, repair guns and maintain them and shit. It's definitely like an art craft to that. Again, the U.S. Secretary to get involved in this way, but that does not get a drill pass. Side interference. Well, then you should be against the coup because the coup is literally by outside interference. Like, we're literally supporting and propping up the coup. Like, the U.S. government's propping up Juan Guaido. Like, because the guy was like, I'm just going to be president. And then all of our government officials are like, yeah, he's president now. And then undermine their whole election. And then undermine their national sovereignty, which is something we do in Latin America all the time. We've done it in Honduras, Nicaragua, Guatemala, at least 3 or 4 times since the 50s. Since 1953. We've done that to Guatemala at least 4 times. We've done it in Vietnam, Afghanistan, Iraq, trying to right now and have been in Syria, Libya, the list can go on, Somalia, what else? Niger. That was actually added on to our 8 active interventions. The shadow wars in Africa. The list goes on, dude. Like in order to be, in order to not give Maduro a pass is it would just mean say that at least to be against the coup because like the whole coup is just being propped up. And then our aid is literally fucking weapons to send to them to cause their whole, more destabilization, to cause more violence in their own region. It's just ridiculous. Like, my support for Maduro goes as far as, maintaining, his sovereignty of his nation. He has his own problems, but, like, for fuck's sake, to totally forget or undermine what we're doing and how we're doing it, especially with the whole coup, especially what we've been doing. Like, our last attempt was, like, in 2002. We tried to get Chavez arrested or some shit. And then I think the military's like, yeah, we're just going to release you because that was dumb. Or something like that. I forgot the whole thing there. It was a failed coup in 2002, and we've been trying to do it since, especially since then. But we've been doing it way before then, too. It's just absurd. Like, Venezuela will never catch a break. Never. Whether socially catch a break or politically catch a break, they never will. What I mean socially is like everyone making the stupid, do you want everything to be Venezuela jokes and straw mans and all that bullshit. That's what I mean. I don't mean. Or they basically are the laughing stock of everyone who considers themselves like a rational conservative, whatever the fuck they want to call them or whatever, Shake the system to puppeteer. Yep. There are not humanitarians or I'll put embargoes on Venezuelans and they'll steal their money and they can buy food and medicine. Yeah, that's true. It was easy and didn't require much. Oh, whatever. So you get involved at all? Well, yeah, neither do I. Support sign their own future completely on their own. Yeah, and most of them don't support the coup. Because the coup is, again, backed by outsider interference and propped up by foreign forces, probably also by the CIA as well. So, people aren't, yeah, sure, there's probably some people that are against them, but the coup in itself is literally just primarily propped up by U.S. intervention to literally just exploit Venezuela's oil reserves, which happen to be the biggest in the world. Also, they have a lot of gold reserves there too. I also found out. So they have a lot of gold and oil. And you wonder why the U.S. is trying to prop up their little puppet, Guaido, the little puppet, basically like by his claim with his word or whatever. It's like, I'm president now, even though he wasn't elected as such. And then other foreign governments with their interest in overthrowing the sovereignty of Venezuela's current government, there's just, the coup is just outright against the sovereignty of Venezuela and in general, across the board. That's not even going with the government in itself. This guy is shameless. I agree.
In accordance with the Venezuelan Constitution.
While the U.S. calls for him to flee the country, President Maduro is standing firm. And in an open letter to Washington, he accused the Trump administration of wanting to invade Venezuela, not for freedom and democracy, but for control of the country's resources.
Yep, that's actually true. Regardless of what you fucking think of them, that's true. Yeah, like, the whole, like, the U.S. troops being sent to Colombia. Hold on. Yeah, it's the first fucking result. Let's see here. Yeah, this is very recent. 5,000 troops. Photo of John Bolton's note raises questions about U.S. military role in Venezuela crisis. Get out of here. Ad. National Security Advisor John Bolton, who's a war criminal, should be executed, by the way, appeared to disclose confidential notes written on a yellow pad on Monday that included a plan to send U.S. troops to Colombia amid escalating tensions with Venezuela. Does that not sound like a U.S. intervention to grab their fucking oil? During the briefing and at the White House to announce sanctions against Venezuela's oil industry, Bolton held the notepad against his jacket with his pages facing outward. You idiot. Scrawled in type print at the top of the cover page were two items. Afghanistan, welcome the talks, and apparent reference to ongoing peace negotiations with the Taliban, and 5,000 troops to Colombia. Pentagon officials who spoke on the condition of anonymity because of the sensitivity of the situation said the Defense Department hasn't received any orders to this effect. This is as of January 28th, this article. So, you know, there's updates from that sense. Let's see here. Oh, there's more stuff right here. Let's see. What? Oh, yeah, here we go. U.S. military option in Venezuela risks long unpopular war. The possible use of U.S. military force to oust Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro raised concerns about the possible costs and lives and unintended consequences that may come from committing American troops to fight and die in another foreign conflict, like we always send them off to do. Let's just kill more brown people. That's what we're good at. U.S. President Trump acknowledged in the interview Sunday that the use of U.S. military force in Venezuela is an option, but he also emphasized in State of the Union address Tuesdays to Congress the need to draw down on costly military engagements around the world. Yeah, so basically you're a flip-flopping, lying piece of shit that talks one thing out of one ass, and then he literally like form another ass, and then you just spew shit out of that ass. You're like, oh my god. Alright, ugh. What about the Russian and Iranian? Yeah, I'm sure I forgot a lot. Earlier, the people that I've met personally that say they're imperialists. Well, what else is new? I mean, we're a nation of imperialists that, you know, are generally get that just generally just, you know, doesn't really mean much anymore because it's like, oh, you know, we're on this side. So but like, fucking education's so broken. That's the main problem. Instead of creating critically thinking, skeptical minds, we're creating just drones.
Draw the W. My mind went wrapped around it.
What?
Just draw the W.
Oh.
Change it. Thank you. I've tried it for you about 11 times, and finally said I want to take it. They would hate me do it.
Really? Seriously? What the fuck? My batch up in detail. I love that. All caps too. I'm bad shipping. It's like, whoa. It's like, oh god. High school, that word, military. Ugh. So many want join those. Though that the United States deserves to take other countries' resources. Yeah. And you know what? I can't wait for the day until the United States collapses. I actually hope it really does. I want this country to collapse. You want to know why? Because we created a nation of fucking idiots, an imperialistic, like damn near pseudo-fascistic, uneducated, hive mind, uncognitive, consumerist drones who are all going to just die off once this whole fucking empire of theirs collapses and they all can't fend for themselves, so they kill each other. He'll be a great sight, honestly. Fuck them. Like, we need more intelligent, smart people in the world, and they're not in America. Let this country collapse and let people who are a little bit more intelligent rise up with from other nations and shit. Because it ain't coming from America. Not anymore. We're a fucking nation of imperialistic retards who thinks they own everything. Like, ugh. And what's even more fucked up about that is just like, on one hand, there are a lot of people at the very same time who are, like, at least savvy in some way, or intelligent in many ways, and knowledgeable, and it's kind of, it's like, not saying that there ain't that here, but I mean, if you want to like weigh out who's the majority, I'm pretty sure the imperialistic retarded hive mind drones up here, like, and the ones who try to like get anything out of it generally are too impoverished or too much in debt to be able to make anything successful of themselves. So they're just lost as a tiny little cog within that whole machine, while the big imperialistic retards are the bigger ones really moving everything. As soon as the whole machine collapses and all those big ones, crumble up and rust away into nothingness and obscurity, then all the little ones will just roll off and go into better things. Roll off into different obscurities or something. Seriously, I'm just like, can't wait for the collapse at some point, dude. Like, the whole rest of the world can, will probably do its own thing and do whatever. But, oh man. I mean, hell, it might also crash and crumble too with us, but either way, like, I don't think anything's going to get legitimately better for anyone globally on a whole global perspective unless the United States legitimately collapses. And that can mean, the United States just gets restructured into a totally new thing, or the United States is totally dissipated and becomes a new country or countries, or gets assimilated into other countries. I mean, I'd be fine with that. I mean, I wouldn't move, really. I mean, I'd probably just stay where I'm at. But they did, when we were there, and took any. Guess I'm a holdover from I think it's later avenues. What? Cruz's kid in high school. Now in the Marines. The United States has the right to kill civilians and millions. Killed for burning flag. Well, I've burnt the American flag before, so he better get his gun ready and hunt me down. Dude, what a faggot. Wow. Like that kid, like that Christo fascist actually sounds like a legitimate faggot. And also he should be Section 8. Like, this is why religion is a fundamental problem in society, too. I don't support the dumb faggots. Just, yeah. Who gives us the right to stop them? Nobody. That's the key point. Have to be an enemy. Befriend them and make them an ally. So just because we don't support their form of government is ruled over it. Well, yeah. I mean, Vietnam and the U.S. invaded propped up there. Well, I mean, the whole thing about Vietnam is that even our own government at one point was admitted to that, hey, this sort of doesn't exactly work. Like it, and also we're sort of back in the wrong side of this whole situation. We're sort of not, being the good guys. But we're going to do this from 1964 to 1975 or whatever the fuck. Like, we're going to just keep going and, waste a bunch of money and kill a bunch of Americans and a bunch of brown people because that's what America's good at doing, right? Random brown people around the world. Which one are we going to bomb now? We're going to bomb Latin American brown people? We're going to bomb Middle Eastern brown people? We're going to bomb Persian brown people? Are we going to bomb them Asian brown people? Who are we going to bomb? It's just like, oh my God. The only reason why I say brown people is just because literally everywhere we're fucking bombing conveniently happens to be where brown people live. Or, minorities, whatever the fuck you want to call them. Like, I can't think of any country where, well, besides, like, Yugoslavia in, like, the 90s or some shit, or, like, like Bosnia and places like that, in, like, that region, like, in the 90s. But besides, like, post-World War II afterwards, I can't think of any country or any region where we also were attacking people who were, like, our same race or whatever. Yeah, besides, like, in the 90s of, like, Yugoslavia and shit in the Balkans, I can't think of anything. We did it once and we realized it was a mistake. And that's pretty much what we did. We're like, can we get away with this? And we're like, no. Which is what I want to say. Oh, yeah. Oh, very much so. Convince companies to open cooperation centers like Japan. Yeah. It's because of trade and security agreements. Well, yeah. See, that's like, no, that's my whole point. Like, there's, like, if you really want to, like, think about it, the whole idea of, using, militarism, like, in this current day and age, is something that we can at least start looking at least, like, start to as obsolete. I wouldn't necessarily say it would be, like, something we can't, like, throw off, rule out entirely. Like, I don't think you can just do that. But we can at least start to talk some processes and making a more obsolete option for more diplomatic and peaceful options. Of course, for some situations they're going to need it. But, that's why I'm saying don't rule it out. But, we're coming into a time where we can get into, like, transitioning away from, like, such going into, like, oh, we're going to invade you now. We're going to war or whatever the fuck. Or we're going to, like, do drone strikes or whatever the fuck we're going to do. And, go extract your resources because fuck you. And fuck your sovereignty and whoever you are and who cares because just fuck you. Our national interests are better than yours. Didn't work out. Because probably at that time, couldn't really get that. And, you know, and today you can't even really get that. And that's because that wasn't something I was actually saying, because I don't think you can. But, you know, like, we can at least work towards getting a more diplomatic and more peaceful solution towards things. Because, like, you know, like, to try to warmonger and fearmonger against Russia, China, and Iran, and Venezuela, and North Korea, and all these other different countries, when we should be working to have a more peaceful solution, you know, to working with these other countries, regardless of our disagreements, is something we should start working towards. Fuck this tribalistic, nonsensical bullshit. I give a fuck less about your tribalistic nonsense. What is this? The bridge. Oh. The bridge between the USA and Russia. Okay. Oh no, here we go. This is going to be funny. Fox News is losing its mind over Cortez and the Green New. Oh my god, dude. I'll have to look at that later. What's this? I've seen this in the face of his blackmailers. God, Jeff Bezos looks so fucking creepy, dude. Pretty sure he has a glass eye or something. Total fucking Bond villain. Fucking freakaloid. The freakaloid. Ugh. Ever learn, do we? Also, I was heavily bombed by America in the 90s, Serbia and Republic. Several large, and so did Kosovo. Oh, yeah. Negotiating Russia's best interest, also. Well, yeah. I mean, there's still a reason why Putin still calls the United States their partners. Because he's still trying to establish a sense of communication and diplomacy. And yeah, all of our media wants to call that being literally a puppet to him, and literally like trying to overthrow the U.S. somehow because something Putin something you know, it's like, what? Like, fuck off. What the fuck is this?
Well, Portland is known for a lot of great things.
Coin 6. Oh my god. All these comments are so salty, dude. What the fuck? All because I guess the Portland City Council is the most outdated form of city government compared to other major cities. Okay.
Portland council elections from citywide to districts. Portland motto is the city that works. But are we becoming the city that doesn't work?
Wow, really?
Portland, Oregon.
Yay.
650,000 people live here. Many urban experts consider it one of the most livable and progressive cities in the country. And this is the Portland City Council. Those same experts will tell you Portland has the most outdated, archaic form of city government compared to all other major U.S. cities.
We're one of the few cities left in the United States.
Ted Wheeler, you suck.
That has a commission form of government.
For a city that
A commission, so?
prides itself on being forward-thinking, Mayor Wheeler says Portland is stuck in the past.
You kind of are too. You don't help out with progressing Portland, you fuck. Oh my god. Oh man. Like, talk about, getting info straight from the horse's asshole. Are you kidding me? Like, Ted Wheeler is like part of the problem why people don't like Portland because of the opioid crisis and homelessness. That doesn't even really count for the Antifa and the SJWs or whatever the fuck, which I don't even see that much. And I go to Portland, every now and then frequently myself. And it's just like, what? Like, you're gonna get information from him about this. Oh. The same guy that tried to fucking make loitering on public sidewalks illegal in the shopping district of Portland, where there's a bunch of companies that don't want people loitering around their public streets or whatever because they're a bunch of entitled corporate bitches. Fuck off.
If this form of government is truly the best form of government, why isn't anybody else adopting it? And why have so many cities moved away from it?
It was kind of popular around the turn of the century, but then cities decided it didn't really work for them, and they all dropped it except for Portland.
Policy analyst Kristen Eberhard says electing commissioners at large leaves certain parts of the city and minorities without a voice on the council.
You have this history of underrepresentation of people on the east side, underrepresentation of renters, underrepresentation of women, people of color, and that's a lot due to the way that we vote.
Portland is the only major city in the U.S. where we elect our city
Couldn't get into what she was explaining by that? Okay.
officials.
This is, by the way, one of my local news report things, Coin 6, and they're doing a pretty shitty job. Just letting you know, local news is just as fucking shitty as mainstream media. Generally, probably because they're bought by the same fucks.
Citywide. All other cities, they're divided up into districts. So imagine if we divide Portland into 5 districts. I want to run for counselor from District 1. I must live in that district. I know that district. I know the issues and problems. And the same goes for counselors elected from the other districts.
From 82nd East, I don't think a lot of people feel like we're part of Portland.
Jeff Rumpher supported a ballot initiative to create a council elected from districts back in 2015, when his neighbors had concerns about a new apartment building under construction and traffic flow.
The commissioner in charge of the Bureau for Transportation wouldn't even come to our neighborhood association meeting. So who do we go to then?
Neola Larson shares his frustrations. She and her neighbors have seen an influx of homeless camps, trash, and crime.
Yeah. And you also left out why that is. And you had the main motherfucker initially being interviewed who can be this part of that problem. Ted Wheeler. Yeah. Oh, man. God. There's so much they're factually missing out on that really can play into a role in this. Now, the whole actual government part, I'm actually kind of learning about, but when it comes to these other factors, it's not just because, our city council's outdated, obviously that's that as well. But on top of that, it's probably like that because the moneyed interests see a benefit in keeping it like that. Keeping shit outdated and working just enough for their interests and no one else's. Fuck everyone else. Fuck everything else. Our interests or no one's interests. That's why the Portland City Council is outdated. And that's why Portland is slowly, becoming shitty. And that's why people, like, even in these comments, you know, are saying, like, a move to never coming back. You know, Portland's a shithole. It's like, Portland's run by morons. You want to know why? Because we have fucking special moneyed interests who buy them off just like everywhere else in this country. See, we're no different than anywhere else in this country when it comes to all the corruption and money and politics. We got our own fucking problems when it comes to the money interests here. It's not just because of Antifa or homelessness or drugs or fucking some green and pink haired man wearing a fucking tutu or some bullshit, or I don't fucking know. That was literally something in a comment I happened to be reading when I said that. Green and pink haired men who wear tutus. Like, what the fuck? I've never seen that. Makes no sense. It's like these people think like Portland's unique with its problems and it's never seen around the country, when that's just not even true. Ugh. But Google Maps is different in other countries. No shit. No shit, Google Maps is probably different in other countries. Those countries probably won't think differently about certain borders. I don't know. Oh my god, I miss so much chats. What's up, David? How's this form? Oh yeah, I mean, it was saying it in the video as well. Reform how the city counts selected. Well, at least that's good. If he does, I've never heard of anything about it. Even in that whole video, it didn't even sound like he was coming out for advocation of like, hey, I want to change this thing. He's just like, yeah, this is just how it is. It's just kind of our system. Yeah. It's like, what? Ugh. Homing guns overview. Oh my god. I gotta get it. Gotta stop dopamine looping. Stop this dopamine looping. Ugh. Oof. Oof. Oh, just got some good pops. Nice. Love it when I get a good pop. Pop in the backs. Have another one of these little cough drops. By district, at least 8 council members plus the mayor for each of the major subsections of Portland. Needs big public housing program. Oh yeah, like I mean, all those I agree with for sure. We just need housing for all the homeless. Yeah, because a lot of that problem is a lot of the gentrification. It's not done for the people that live there. It's for people moving in here, you know, who earn a way higher income than the people who already were living here. And then they get flushed out, and then at that point, they just probably are going to become homeless or in a worse situation off after that. And that's, I mean, and that's part of it, at least. I mean, of course, there's other reasons, you know, it's like drug addiction, there's debt, student debt, medical debt, whichever one you want to use. Oh no. There's a Hillary video. Go away. I'm not interested in you, you evil, vile cunt. There's just no way. I'm just Housing and homeless to solve most problems it is. in Oregon journalists copy that. Yeah, I think I didn't read it, but I did. I think I saw something elsewhere that mentioned it before. And I don't know all the details about it, but I would love to check it out. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this is something from last year.
Finland's dedication to helping the homeless on a national scale has resulted in the homeless population dropping from a high of 18,000 30 years ago to 7,000 today. 5,000 of those are in some sort of temporary lodging situation with friends or relatives. The Nordic community has managed to do this by putting housing first. That's even in the name of Finland's program on homelessness. The policy states that housing is provided without conditions such as obtaining a job or recovery from addiction. It's an approach borrowed from the United States. Housing first has been used in the U.S. in some form since the 1980s. However, it has never been implemented on a national scale, and there lies the difference.
Yeah. Talks about Finland and shows pictures / footage from other countries. Take some stock footage of Finland. You're just gonna get empty streets because there's like no one there. Like, you kidding? Of course you're not really gonna get much going on with Finland. You're gonna have to like go check out other shit. So yeah, they probably had to use other footage from other places. So what?
5,000 of those are in some sort of temporary lodging situation.
14th Street. Yeah, so what?
The Nordic community has managed to do this by putting housing first. That's even in the name of Finland's program on.
Yeah, this isn't Finland either.
The policy states that housing
has keys, not handcuffs.
Is provided without conditions such as obtaining a job or recovery from it.
It's interesting though. Boom. Oh shit. Well, warrant officially announced, I guess. Like, what? Didn't she already do this? Okay. Might as well hear a little bit of it.
Today, millions and millions and millions of American families are also struggling to survive in a system that's been rigged by the wealthy and the well-connected. Hardworking people are up against a small group that holds far too much power, not just in our economy, but also in our democracy.
Like, it's more flowery rhetoric, dude.
Like the women of Lawrence, we are here to say enough is enough. We are here to take on a fight that will shape our lives, our children's lives, and our grandchildren's lives, just as surely as the fight that began in these streets more than a century ago.
I sped it up because
the man in the White House is not the cause of what is broken. He is just the latest and most extreme symptom of what's gone wrong in America.
Okay, I do agree with that.
A product of a rigged system that props up the rich and powerful and kicks dirt on everyone else.
Yeah, okay.
So once he's gone, we can't pretend that none of this ever happened. It won't be enough just to undo the terrible acts of this administration. We can't afford just to tamper around the edges, a tax credit here, a regulation there. Our fight is for big structural change.
Which is... Let's find out. Let's see if she gets into that.
This is the fight of our lives. The fight to build an America where dreams are possible, an America that works for everyone.
Hold on. I was going for the comments. I totally ignored what she was saying. Hold on.
Build an America where...
All right, now let's see what she was saying.
This is the fight of our lives. The fight to build an America where dreams are possible, an America that works for everyone.
Are you going to say how?
And that is why I stand here today to declare that I am a candidate for President of the United States of America.
Everyone's freaking out. Okay, we get it. Oh my god. Jesus, it go on for like a whole minute.
I've been in this fight for a long time.
Bernie's been in it longer.
I grew up in Oklahoma on the ragged edge of the middle class. Now, when my daddy had a heart attack, my family nearly tumbled over the financial cliff. But we didn't. My mother, who was 50 years old and had never worked outside the home, walked to Sears and got a minimum wage job answering the phones. That job saved our house, and it saved our family. I ended up at a commuter college that cost $50 a semester. But think about it. That is how the daughter of a janitor...
50 bucks a semester. Think about that. Now that actually is something to think about. So let's just take out whatever the fuck she was just talking about earlier. There is something to consider when, like, there should be at least, like, not a lot, but at least some consideration for when someone talks about their upbringing or past, like how they grew up. You know, like, there is a certain element to where that does play a factor, especially for someone who's running in a country where we're totally fucked. And yet, you know, this person who's running, you know, is coming up and be like, you know, I went to college when, you know, and the semester was $50. Now, how much are they? You know, how much is a semester now? It depends, you know, on your work, I suppose, on what you're trying to do. But it's like what, a couple thousand, you know, maybe more than that, 10,000, depending on what you're doing. And that is depending if you can, you know, have options like FAFSA, financial aid is what that is, or, you know, scholarships or, you know, tuitions, grants, whatever, you know. I mean, there is at least some consideration for that, but, you know, the problem with that is it needs to be followed with policy. And so far, even with sped up, 4.5 minutes in, we barely have, like, anything. Tulsi Gabbard had more policy in her speech than you, Warren. Come the fuck on. Like, look, I don't even dislike her. I don't really dislike Warren. Like, I actually do like her. Like, I think she's, you know, somebody who means well for the most part, but she's too much of a strategist and too cowardly. And it's just not aggressive enough on the issues and doesn't articulate them profoundly. I mean, I would say she means a good game, but I don't think she actually could fight that good game. Like, maybe Tulsi or maybe even Bernie, So, but I don't know, dude. I'm just like, I can't support her for president. I just couldn't. She's just too weak. I don't dislike her, but I mean, she's just better in in a different different form, a different part of government, not presidency. Just too much of a strategist, too weak. Listens to her strategist way too much.
Managed to become a public school teacher, a law professor, and a United States senator. I believe in an America of opportunity. I've spent most of my life studying what happened to families like mine, families caught in a squeeze, families that go broke. But what I found was that year after year, the path to economic security had gotten tougher and rockier for working families, and even tougher and even rockier for people of color. I also found this wasn't an accident. It wasn't inevitable, no. Over the years, America's middle class has been deliberately hollowed out, and families of color have been systematically discriminated against and denied their chance to build some security. Now it started very quietly.
Pause.
We're just in.
Okay, so I don't necessarily disagree with that, but that just in context does not sound good when it wasn't backed up with policy substance. Again, this is my problem with Warren. She's not like, she talks a good game, but the details of that game she seems to be missing. And I don't know, man. I just can't. Sorry, Warren, but I just like these announcement speeches generally will make an impact on whether people support you or not. And I remember with Bernie's 2015 announcement speech, that was jot full substance. Tulsi Gabbard's announcement speech recently, it wasn't jot full of substance, but it was substantive, and there was policy within that. Not, it wasn't like, Bernie level of policy, that he does. Like, he's just another level when it comes to, talking about, factual information. Now, solutions, agree or disagree with him, that's a totally different, topic. But, he at least has, these, like, Tulsi and, these other guys, they got more substance. Warren, you just, like, if you were, like, I don't know. If she gets more aggressive, I might reconsider my, opinion right now. But everything to me right now just says she's just not strong. And, and right now we need very strong leadership, not someone who is going to kowtow to strategists, when they think that might be better because something, I don't want to lose my credibility or something. Really. Things I should have been. She made some obvious fuck ups. She's better than a corporate den by far, but still made excusable and unacceptable mistakes. Yeah, like the whole endorsing Hillary over Bernie while they were still both running. That is honestly an unacceptable mistake. It's just like you could having not only Merkley, but having other senators start putting their endorsements behind Bernie would have given him more support. Just overall across the board, and knowing that that other politicians also support his ideas enough to endorse him, then that would just mean creating more momentum. But she didn't do that. That is a very big red flag to a lot of people, including me. The thing is, Bernie can't sing to save us. Oh yeah, of course not. I mean, I mentioned him, but I don't all put my chips all under him. That's why I'm, for these other younger candidates, and that's why I'm fine with all these younger people coming out of the woodworks and shit. I was, before Ojeda dropped out, I was actually kind of excited about him. I know he wouldn't win, but I was excited for him because he could have made the debates fucking phenomenally exciting and interesting, but fortunately they weren't because he wasn't there and they never happened yet. But yeah, he dropped out, which sucks. And his dropping out is understandable though. But again, it's not that I don't like her, but she's just weak, and there are some problems about her that are more than just political disagreements and differences in views, but are actually genuinely problematic decisions that were made and make me have a lack of trust. At least more of a lack of trust, compared to other politicians, because I don't completely trust all the politicians in our government or in general, because they're in some way they probably have some agenda. Every politician does. That's why they become one, because they have an agenda they want to try to do. What that is, that's why you want to have at least some form of distrust and skepticism to always kind of keep their feet under the fire about that, in case they go against their constituents or go against policy ideas that are popular amongst the nation or the people or whatever have you. Best 8 minutes and 13 seconds you'll spend on YouTube. Doom Kid? Oh boy, Doom Kid. It's just Boomhauer with a helicopter rotors on the top of his head. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know, dude. She's weak. You can't be weak in American politics. Yeah. Dishes. She thinks she's good at strategy, but she isn't. Yeah. That's pretty much it. Like, she is has an aggressive mind when it comes to what should I do, tactically or strategically for this. She's very aggressively calculated like that. But the thing is that that really needs to be restructured, because a lot of it, I think, is not just her, but I think a lot of the influence as well comes from strategists she probably listens to, and she just shouldn't be listening to them. When we need such a strong, at least a aggressive candidate who, regardless of disagreements, is at least, I want to say hardline, but just aggressive and very hard stance on very specific issues to at least get certain policies pushed, or at least being open and with other ideas and opening up debates for different ideas. That's something we seriously need. And I think a lot of people do get that and understand that and need and want that, but we all just are disagreeing on how we want, who we want, doing so, or how, or who we think would be best for that. Though, to be fair, we always do. Divided turkey? What? To what is this? Mike Pompeo posted this. What did he post? Austria, Belgium, But wait, okay. There's a line through Turkey. What the fuck? Oh my god. Highlight even more mistakes. There's other mistakes. Oh no. Let me go back to that map. The Congos were off. Oh, they are. Oh my god. They are. That's so bad. Anybody who should press the nonsense running against Corin because he's a new policy hawk. You used to know why no one's a new era policy hawk. Well, yeah. Which I try to. Which I think there's been more of a growing phenomena of this new era of being a policy hawk. Don't pull their punches who aren't cowards who need strong people like Kyle. Oh, yeah. Kyle needs to run against Chucky in 2022. He seriously does. I think he could. He needs to prove he's more talk. He has good policies. Take out. Let's do near American politics. Ojeda. His great grandfather's from Mexico. Oh. He co-founded Just Stems. This seems to be more than talk. Oh, yeah. Defense's arguments with staff to. Oh, yeah. It's just I think so. Jump traps. Yeah. Reading up chat. He's catch the fuck up. Well, because I'm like over here, ranting off with bullshit, and I have to like blah 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 blah, and catch up with you motherfuckers. Like, there. How about that, bitch? I don't know what that was, but that's what you get. You are now, lol. It's all good. I'm having a kratom for him. A kratom fit. It's all good, dude. It's all good. I'm just like poking at you. Gonna open up my thing of strawberries. I like how I just had just food. Just randomly throughout the stream. Wait, what the? Oh, hold up. Hold up. One of these strawberries has a leaf. Still. Is that even a leaf? Yeah, it's a leaf. That's a leaf. It's just dried. It's just a dried out leaf. Okay, then. Real strawberries aren't this fat. They're only about, like, maybe about yay big. Like, half this size, maybe. Yeah, more like this size. I know I just kind of chewed most of it away, but imagine this still in strawberry shape, in this size. That's kind of what strawberry is actually meant to be, how big it's actually meant to be. Not for that. All right, Stefan. See you whenever it goes on. But I love strawberries, dude. These little fruits in here are their own. Well, their own little fruits. Hearts are my favorite symbol. This is mine. Oh wait, I'm racist now. Where did that start? Because I guess on the internet or something, this is now racist or something. I guess, or it's like a symbol for like white privilege. I don't know. I heard rumors about that, and I'm just like, what? That makes no sense. Like, this just means okay for the most part. Or if you put it on your knee, You know, then it's just like, oh, dang it, now I get punched in the arm or something. And I was just like, what? What's racist? Literally this. It's like the OK symbol. Strawberries? This. Confusing. Yeah, I'm going to try to look it up. Actually, Joe Rogan, when he was with Tim Pool, they actually were discussing it conveniently enough. So maybe with his weird, dumb, skewed narrative, maybe we'll find what he's talking about. Here it is. The OK sign.
I don't know. It's honestly, I would say to an extent, there's probably some kind of tribal bias.
Well, I think when you're going back to high school yearbooks looking for outrage from 55-year-old people,
you've lost the plot.
You've lost
Isn't that crazy?
It's fucking insane.
Or what's crazier is when Kathy Griffin tweets out that the 3-pointer hand sign at a Covington basketball game was a Nazi hand gesture. Like the 3-pointer, you know what the 3-pointer sign is?
This thing?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
See, I'm not going to do it because the photos will go flying.
Okay.
People send me
I
death threats.
put a series of them on my Instagram. When I found out
That's
about
proof.
that, I put Bill Cosby doing it. Someone found one of me from News Radio.
Isn't it? Aren't they using it though for that symbol? I know that it's a universal symbol that means a lot of things,
Yes,
but
I
aren't
think
they
you're right.
using it as that symbol?
Yes.
They're not using it to mean white power. No, they're not.
What are they?
100%. It's not.
Okay.
Not
What
that,
were those cops using it for?
That's the what is it called? It's called the OK game or the don't look game, where you put the symbol under your waist, and if someone looks at it, you get to punch them.
Yeah.
There's a game kids play.
No. Those SWAT cops
that had it on their legs.
No, they were all doing it. There was like 4 of them doing it in a photograph, and they all
were
got
they holding it
suspended.
up or were they holding it on their legs?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I know, but I don't.
So
let's
break this down. I can explain this to you.
Okay,
right?
please do.
Donald Trump, when he talks, he makes the OK hand sign. Have you
Well,
noticed this?
he's
No, he
pointing-
doesn't.
He's making.
He doesn't make the OK sign. He's literally doing this. Like, this is different from whatever this is. Or sometimes he'll do this. And he'll do these weird gestures sometimes. And sometimes he'll be like this. It's just like, he just does these weird gestures. He doesn't have anything specific. He just has these weird mannerisms he does. Yeah, Paul basically created that and tricked the media into thinking that just to trigger them. The thing is, the whole initial thing is literally just this. Like, here's my knee. There you go, bitch. Boom. Punched in the arm. That's all I remember it as. Like, I've only, like, for the last, like, week, I've only been hearing about the notion that's racist or something. It's just like, what? Polls I was trying to create. Well, oh yeah. I say meme in that instance. I mean, in the Richard Dawkins sense of word. The meme. He's a New Yorker. He uses hands in nonverbal communication. Oh yeah, of course.
I mean, okay, if he does it this way, is that okay?
Oh no,
What if he does this?
No, I don't care what Trump does
Is he
when
a
he talks.
devil
I mean, if he
worshiper?
flips people off, it's probably a bad thing. But so what happens is he starts doing the OK sign. So a bunch of Trump supporters start doing it too, to be like, hey, I'm like Trump, right?
Right.
A 4chan campaign gets started saying, convince everyone this actually means white power.
Right.
It was fake. The Anti-Defamation League said it was fake.
Yes.
A bunch of journalists said it was real.
That's what I put on my Instagram. I
Yeah.
put all this on my Instagram, including the article where it showed the original thing came from 4chan. 4chan's fucking hilarious.
It is, dude.
It's hilarious how much shit they start. They
Yep.
started the flat Earth movement. Okay, there's the guys.
Oh, is that? I never heard that.
Oh yeah. They
So
started to fuck with
let's
people.
look at this photo and see if
Where'd
I
it
can
go?
give you a. It's
Got a
gone.
little. It popped up.
It's a conspiracy.
How do we get it back?
It's that.
What's going on?
The connection to the TV's just died. I have no
Oh.
idea.
No.
It's a Hollywood
button
conspiracy.
the button I have is making it go there, and it's not going there, so I don't know.
Jesus, Jamie, there's gremlins in this
Give me a
fucking room.
second.
I would.
Okay.
It's,
Figure it out.
it's hard.
Allegedly.
I would say
People
this.
can generally use hand motions while talking.
90.
Yeah, show me in the laptop.
Yeah, I definitely have, every now and then a sense of, hand gestures when I speak. Not always, though. I mean, a lot of times I'll just be sitting here doing whatever. Like, maybe I'll just, be jolting my foot up and down repeatedly, like I am right now. I mean, you can tell just because there's this constant shake. But, but I don't usually am, talking like this all the time. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why I had a very horrible accent while doing that. It was not necessary when trying to show that I don't do motions while talking. But, I mean, every now and then I do. For me, it just depends how, passionate I get about it. Because sometimes, I do, and sometimes I don't.
I would be willing to.
Okay, there's the image. Take a good look at it, Tim.
So
these guys,
you see how it's on their leg?
Yes.
That's specifically a game where when you look at it, they get to punch you.
What?
They're not holding the hand sign up. They're not flashing it like you see conservatives do, right?
I'm not denying that is a game, but to say that that's what those guys are doing is a bit of a stretch, I believe.
Well, what do you think they're doing? What is it?
To say that if 4chan did that to mix it up, at some point people would think that is true though,
Right.
and they just start doing
No.
that.
That's like
No way?
no way.
That's happened.
Look, I'll say this: is it
Well, free bleeding came from
Right.
4chan.
right?
If you don't know what
right.
let's
I
explain that
do.
to people.
It's all you.
Okay. Free bleeding was 4chan thought it would be hilarious. By the way, Shia LaBeouf was at the fucking Comedy Store last night.
I wonder why.
Because we're always ragging on him. Free bleeding came from 4chan, where they said that they were promoting this idea that for women's rights that they would get away
Into their
from
clothes.
get away from this whole idea of you have to control your menstrual cycle. It's empowering to just bleed all over your crotch. And so women actually started doing it because it actually if you can fucking
I love 4chan. I love 4chan. I think 4chan proves the stupidity and naivete of our species. At least in this country. It seems like 4chan has a very strong influence here, but not much else anywhere else. So I said, Paul's always creating decoy meme tick trends to fuck. I think it's just to fuck with people in general. Or just people who obviously get triggered and, upset over absurd things.
if you can get those ideas out there, a certain number of knuckleheads are going to take it
Right,
and
right,
run
right.
with it and think it's real.
Of course.
So you don't think that's possible to white power, though?
I think it's extremely unlikely. I think it's possible. So here's the thing: nothing's absolute, right? Are there some white supremacists who are doing it for sure?
But don't you think you're looking at badasses with fucking guns? They're playing this little silly game.
Yeah.
Really?
I think there are a bunch of bros who are, you ever hang out with like some frat dudes at a college? They punch each other. There's a game.
So how does it go again?
You make the okay hand sign.
Okay.
And you
But
hold it
these
under
are-
a table or on your leg.
These are adults. These are guys that are not in college. They're definitely not below 25 years old.
But what does that mean? I know 40-year-old guys who play
I
Pokemon.
know,
Who
but
go on
this is
Pokemon
like
Go.
this is a game
Can we
that.
fix this fucking thing?
I don't. It's
Listen.
Okay, but what is their job? What were they? They're SWAT team guys? Is that what they
Yeah,
are?
Uh,
they were arresting a drug dealer.
And what do you think they're doing? They're trying to make sure everybody knows that they're flashing an overt white power hand gesture because everyone knows that's what it means.
Maybe they didn't think everyone knew.
Well, no, it's just not the case. The point is holding the OK sign up next to you is what's people say it's the W and the P. Putting it on your leg has always been the punch 'em game or whatever. Like I
know that punch 'em game.
Yeah, yeah.
You know that punch 'em game?
100%. But
Right.
Okay,
that's
how's it
why.
go?
That's
You put
why I
the
don't think
OK
that's what
symbol
they're
on your
doing.
leg or under a table, and you say,
Okay.
"Hey, look!" And if they look down and see it, they go, "Ah!" And then you punch them in the arm.
Yeah, but I know it so well that that's why I don't think that's what they're doing. Like me and my friends still
what do they-
play it.
So the question is,
Yeah,
so,
it's a major look. It's major look.
Major look, right? So, but what are they doing? Right? Look. Listen, man. If you wanna make assumptions about what you think their intentions were, that's all you. I don't have any facts to support that. And the only thing I know of is there is a game where you put the OK sign on your leg and then you punch somebody. And here are some guys putting the OK sign on their leg. What evidence do we have it's anything other than that? Nothing. So that's I'm not going to go any further than that. I'm going to say, was it poor judgment? Oh hell yeah.
All right. Well, there's nothing for me to even discuss with this. It's just okay. I mean, Jamie seemed like he was trying to be like a devil's advocate or whatever. Not like forcefully, it seemed, but you know, it just wasn't really smart input, I would think. And it's just like, eh. I mean, sure, but eh. But whatever. Meh. Meh. Before, unfortunately, that is the political one, the alt-right one. Oh boy. Simple. Skips a pound. Well, I think there's a lot of things about him that I do disagree with. Like he talked about the Green New Deal, and I literally went over that. Like, I actually still have it up here, right here, and it was saying that there was something about how try to it'll literally like guaranteed wages even for people who are quote unwilling to work. And I looked this whole thing up, the whole PDF, and I have it, and it literally said nothing but the antithesis of that, where it said, quote, end unemployment in America once and for all by guaranteeing a job at a living wage for every American willing and able to work. So he was pandering some bullshit about that, and that was also on JRE. And you know, there's a few, and like, you know, there's definitely a few things I'm just like about. But at the end of the day, I don't really care because I don't know much about him, just based off what, you know, some of the stuff I do know. So, you know, there's some things I think he's not entirely wrong on, but, you know, like with that thing earlier, I mean, but at the same time, I think there are things where he is. But, yeah. Off and full on all right. He's new right. Important to distinguish between new right and all right. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm moldy bread, but the sports look nice. My goodness. Says challenge at once. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, all he's doing is just having a conversation with somebody. So, I mean, I can't really blame him for just not being, like, like as an aggravator. I guess is the best way to put it. You know, in these conversations he always has with people. Because he usually just lets them flow with however they do, and then they ask questions after that. Usually, but you know, sometimes that's not always, you know, what needs to happen, like with old Jack Dorsey, you know, and then with like Bari Weiss and shit. Though, you know, with people who that he has on, like Brian Cox or whoever, you know, or Sam Harris even, or Forrest Galante. I mean, those are all really interesting shows that he has, and all he does is just literally just talks with them. He even had Mike Tyson on once, and I remember that one. That was 3 weeks ago, but. You know, just watch, you know, just has his just conversations with all these dudes. Greg Fitzsimmons. Writer and stand-up comedian. Marilyn Manson on the show. Hey, I don't disagree. That would be kind of cool to see Marilyn Manson on Joe Rogan. What the fuck? That'd be crazy. Damn. Oh, there we go. It's like, what is that tapping? Foot for rapping. I'm trying to move my foot because it's making glass tingle somewhere around. Bill drops up all. Discussion ceases. That's legit. Yeah. I mean, it's legit for people to change their minds, but you know, like sometimes there will be like shows where he'll say one thing, and then the next show he'll have someone else, and they'll probably have a conversation about something, but will conveniently be the like, oh well, I'm actually gonna have this other opinion instead, which happens sometimes, yeah. Why sea cucumbers are dangerous? Dude, ideology is on.
Batteries go dead, and I've just got to stop whatever I'm doing. You know. Oops.
Oh, it just
vape batteries are dead. Better stop what I'm doing. At least it's not cigarettes like you. I mean, I don't even really know. Part of me keeps waiting for this new groundbreaking research to come out and find out that like vaping, which was widely considered to be less destructive to smoking, after 20 years has been shown to actually be more destructive to smoking as vapors drop dead left and right. And I'm just like, oh shit.
Oh shit.
Back to smokes.
Back to the smokes.
It's back to smokes for me.
Goddamn.
Uwe Boll has a voice very similar to someone I once knew. I think she saw her parents get killed by Nazis or something. Okay. Fair enough, Morgan.
Fair enough, indeed.
Morgan's been in troll mode since like before the stream started. Before the stream started, Morgan was one of the 5 or 10 people that hang around in such dark places as YouTube, restream chat. Morgan was in there trolling hard already, man.
Squirreliosis is like cigs have a certain charm to them that vaping just can't capture.
You gotta admire the dedication,
I mean, I guess I don't. Oh,
well, vaping puts liquid in your lungs, so does breathing. Yeah, it turns out that there's liquid and moisture in the air, bro. When they stopped doing that too. Concert was fucking amazing, man. I don't even know. Panic at the Disco is one of those bands that I wasn't a fan of. Meeting Ashley is when I started listening to them. She's a huge fan. And slowly but surely over the years, I've come to appreciate their music. I've never gotten to see them live. Ashley's been once, and
damn. I like how we're having a little streamception now that we're watching Paul stream as I stream, and you're all just watching me stream a stream.
The whole concert until about.
Isn't that just great?
When she reminded me it was coming up, and to be honest with you, I wasn't really looking forward to it all that much. I mean,
Look how cool and wacky I am.
It was more for her, you know what I mean?
Cool.
And I was just blown away. I was blown away by the concert. It was great.
DMT, chips, and Z deprivation.
Before but I cried once during. He played like a medley of "I Can't Make You Love Me" and "Dying in L.A." I was weeping during.
I like a few of their songs.
And then
I do too.
The highlight
I haven't really listened to too much of them at all, really, but every now and then I do.
This arena, right? 17,000 people plus. I think it seats 18,000 max capacity or something. And he starts to do, and I knew Ashley told me that they do Bohemian Rhapsody, right? And I've heard bands cover Bohemian Rhapsody, and it's never quite the same. I'm not saying this was quite the same, but I think that Panic at the Disco playing Bohemian Rhapsody is probably the closest that a person that's alive today can get to hearing Freddie and Queen do it. Certainly the only vocalist that I know of today that can do the song justice. And who's playing it, and the whole fucking arena, like every person.
Everyone's like wrong.
With every word.
Wrong.
And it was just
Wrong.
like, you know, man, dude,
Talking about
I never
their
thought I'd
cover
get to
of
experience this. Like
Bohemian Rhapsody,
that
which
thought
apparently
washed
is
over
like
me
the
as he
closest they
started
could
playing that
do
song. Like, man, I never thought
to
I'd
like the
be
actual
able to
Queen
remember
version.
listening to a, you know, really good rendition of Bohemian Rhapsody, and just the entire place is just vibrating with the voices of 17,000 people all singing those lyrics.
Damn.
There was just something like, it just went all over me, you know. Happy, crying.
Shatner did that song. Oh boy. William Shatner recorded.
Sure.
Oh boy. He also did him. Is that serious? I'm gonna look that up now.
I mean, I can try and, you know, I tried to describe it to you, but it's one of those kind of inexplicable things, isn't it? Having
Oh my God, he did.
With art, music, or whatever it is.
He actually did.
It's one of those.
Is this the real
ultimate
life?
had to be there moments.
Is this just
you know
fantasy?
When I say
Caught
had to be there,
in a
I don't
landslide?
mean in the arena, I mean in my head.
Oh, escape from reality.
You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
You'd have to be me to have that particular.
William
experience.
Shatner seeking Major
It just
Tom.
kinda washed over me. The lyrics.
Oh
of
my
Bohemian
God.
Rhapsody, hearing 17,500 people sing nothing.
I gotta
nothing
listen
really
to that later.
matters. I was just weeping. I was like, oh man, this is awesome. This is just beautiful. I love it. And, you know, that's not uncommon for me, though. When I go to live theater.
I guess that was in downtown New Orleans. Sounded like it.
There's a good chance that if they play their cards right, I'm going to cry. I tend to get real weepy in live theater situations.
Oh, I
You know,
kind of do
just
too.
Stood there and sang along and laughed and cried.
Dude, when I saw Nightwish live the second time, it was actually when I got VIP tickets to go see them. They did. They had a Floor Jansen as their singer, and they still do. But they did one of their older songs from 2008, a rendition of Ghost Love Score. And it was probably, hearing that song in person is probably the most absolutely blissful, fucking most beautiful experience one can have with fucking like symphonic metal, and just that. Just that, you know what? Let me just go to the part where I like truly wept. I literally go just specifically to when she just howls out her last note. I just need to find out which one's the best one, because there's different renditions. Oh, they even did a new one too. God, there's too many renditions. I don't know which one will be good. Oh my God, they have a studio version.
I guess that's the quicker way, huh?
Floor's studio version. Oh, sweet Jesus. I got a lot of listening to do.
Will you ever have children? No.
Oh boy.
Punch yourself in the nuts harder, Snarf.
I think it'll be this one though.
Punch yourself in the nuts so fucking hard that you forget. Oh, never mind. Squirrelatosis timed you the fuck out. While you're in timeout, punch yourself in the fucking nuts.
Where is it?
Oh, want to watch some obscure ASMR? Not really. No. I wish there was a vocalist who could hit those notes like Freddie, though. I mean, look, I'm not saying.
Oh, well, I hit it, but it's really quiet.
He's not Freddie Mercury, but he's channeling Freddie.
Silence, Paul. Here it is. Fuck, I'm already feeling it, just going from that. Okay, before I get fucked, I'm getting rid of it. God damn, it's such a fucking beautiful piece. Listen to that song. It's Ghost Love Score, Nightwish. Look it up. Alright, back to Paul being in the background. Oh, good concert's coming to my city? That just sucks, dude. The last good concert that came here was the last show that Lynn Scooter played before the plane crash after I left the airport here back at 7/7. Damn, dude. So people are like, nah, kind of a bit of a bad luck this town. What kind of metals? And I wish symphonic for the most part. They kind of do elements of other metal subgenres, but their whole broad genre is symphonic metal. There's been periods of their careers, of their whole discography where their primary like genre wasn't symphonic. I mean, there's a few times where they've changed a little bit, but for the most part, that's what they are.
Heavy bass kind of music, trap type of beats with like classical guitar. He shreds over those types of beats and sings to them. I don't know. You can look him up. He was pretty cool. I'll probably check him out.
It's funk minimalism, I think. Oh, I don't know, dude. You might you gotta listen to that song. I mean, I'm just like so open to all sorts of different music that I kind of initially really delved into at least music theory with classical. So I think that's why I have such a love for Nightwish, is because Thomas, the primary composer for pretty much most of the discography of the band, does so in a very classical manner, and it's something I'm familiar with and know how to work with and work on. So, and it's like, and to know that there's like modern musicians now who are still composing in the classical form is, even with their modern interpretations and iterations of doing so, is something fascinating to me. I love it. Like, I mean, to know that there's still a sense of this traditional, classical theory implemented within, modern music. Something you don't really see too much often.
Awkwardness melt away. It would have been one thing to like make an episode like
jazz hip hop. Yeah, I think a lot of it came from jazz as well. A lot of that interesting classical theory came from that as well.
And I think the guys I work with, something about Uwe before we ever met him, which is that he doesn't take himself so seriously that he can't step back and laugh, and he doesn't take himself so seriously that he can't engage people who are fucking on his content. Did Uwe Boll ever say how he came across the show? No, I assume he was probably just searching his name, or somebody that worked for him was searching his name and saw that there was a podcast about him.
I'm just gonna see if looking up Uwe Boll brings up Deep Fat Fried.
Well, people tweeted it at him. That's cool, man. You guys should.
Oh well, it definitely does now.
We do a show about
it does now. The first two results are Deep Fat Fried. And everything else is just random shit. 10 worst Uwe Boll movies.
Conceptualized that show, bought all the equipment for the show. Yeah. Pretty much. Makes a man.
Fuck you all, the Uwe Boll story. Oh man.
Is it the determination to do what's right? No matter what the cost. Is that what makes a man, Mr. Lebowski?
Get Tim Allen on DFF.
Love when he got emotional.
Everyone goes around wearing Wu-Tang t-shirts but doesn't like jazz
I've
hip
never
hop.
seen in an Uwe Boll interview, so it was
Probably
really
jazz
nice.
rap.
I think it took us all.
I watched him in a seems like a cool guy. I've watched the whole thing and it's cool. It's really interesting, dude. He actually does seem like a cool dude. He's following me on Twitter too, believe it or not. It's kind of funny. It's like, oh, Uwe Boll's following me on Twitter. I don't know what to think of this. I legit don't know. I mean, I guess I could hit him up if I happen to go to Vancouver, Canada, and I want to go to his restaurant. Which, low-key, I still want to do.
He's clearly a person that's got a heart. And
Bauhaus restaurants inspired by the early 20th century design movement. Bauhaus translated to construction house, which was famous for its unique approach to architecture and design where every form has a function. Using these principles for each dish on the menu, the chefs at Bauhaus source only the best quality ingredients, staying true to their form and matching them with flavors that all have a function on the plate.
When it came to guests,
Damn.
interviews, and having people on the show, you know, outside of family and
You know, what's their wine? I want to see their wine.
parents and stuff like that, girlfriends here and there. We always said that, like, if we were gonna do an interview or have somebody on the show, it should be somebody that has something to add to
Damn.
the topic, not just
It actually shows you like their origins as well. That's cool.
I'm an internet video game playing guy.
They have one sparkling wine, a Lucenbros Dr. L sparkling
That
Riesling.
was a, you know, I think there was a glut of those types of guests on the Drunken Peasants.
Buy the bottle. You can actually buy these at the bottle.
We got on the show because they had a large following, which is, you know, it's a
Damn,
smart
they're
thing to do
expensive,
when you have a
dude.
show like that.
A half a bottle.
Get somebody that's got a large following to come on your show.
That's actually pretty cool.
But I think.
Oh my god, how many wines do they have?
I won't speak for it now.
This goes
I mean, it was a
1450.
at the expensive quality.
Wow, that's expensive.
Too many people that didn't mesh well with us, didn't know what the show was about, you know, and just kind of dragged the show.
My goodness.
I
Oh,
don't want to do that. So if
insane.
we have a guest, it's going to be somebody like Uwe Boll. We just did an episode about it. We wanted to talk about it. Great opportunity to have a guest. You know, definitely, if there's one person that could add something guest worthy to an Uwe Boll episode, it's probably Uwe Boll. At this point, guests really make the show. Yeah, I haven't watched DP, the recent DP, so I'm not sure. But yeah, like I said, I was talking about when I was there. Not impugning the show now.
You retweet so much shit he recommended. Charlie Kirk follows me. Damn. That's interesting.
/ learn most from the interview.
Yeah, but it's probably that he got me recommended that way. And I know that I was kind of around, and I know I followed him, so that's probably what happened too.
You know, outwardly was very.
As soon as I was able to discover this interesting character, I'm like, I just got to follow this guy, and he followed me back, and I'm like, oh, now I really just don't know what to think of this. It's like, okay, we have Uwe Boll now following me.
End of his life.
I have no idea what to think.
It was revealed that he had this life of profound suffering. He never.
I'm just pulling out food out of all
Was
places.
kind of overcome with emotion at the thought of somebody having something like that.
Got Jack Links now.
Person. And
Oh, wow.
you know, not
This house really has just devolved into nothing.
Cashing in on his life story.
Probably.
So. I
Oh,
think that
oh
was
shit! What did I just do?
My favorite moment of the interview, but
Low battery.
I really liked hearing Uwe
You're
talk
charging,
about
cunt.
working with actors.
Like I see now aren't anymore, cunt.
Of making a film. All of
Oh, that's why.
really
Got a little loose. There we go. Ah, now we're back. Cool. It's like low battery. I'm like, I know. That's why I'm charging you. No. On Carrera? You know, I don't know.
The Austrian man was the
I know she pled not guilty.
Depression people. I guess so. DFF meetup with Uwe in Vancouver. Hey, he did invite us. That's another thing at the end of the show. He told us before he left, he said, hey, if you're ever in Vancouver, send me
News.
an email and come to Bauhaus. I'm like, oh, sweet. We will eat a meal. We'll sit down.
What is this? Bleeding cool dot. What?
Can we go now? Uwe has a sex dungeon 100%. If you didn't,
What is this even?
I'd be really disappointed.
Oh god, this website just looks shitty. I think I just gave my computer like 80 viruses going on that one.
Acts like Uwe Boll.
Bleeding cool news. I'm like, what was that? Oh, here's some statement here.
When a German invites you for a meal, he's gonna murder you. Cool. Murdered by Uwe Boll. 2 birds with 1 stone. I get to get released from this shitty mortal coil.
Oh, so she has a statement here.
In the newspaper for being
My husband and I were arrested on charges of molesting my 9-year-old daughter. So imagine. The charges were filed by her father, my ex-partner, a fundamentalist Christian,
Now that you know how hard crowds
trying to take custody of our child from me. Charges are absolutely false and horrifying.
We were not planning on crowdfunding a film, so
Life will never be the same for any of us. Restaurant.
that was never.
This is a no bail offense, so we're stuck in jail until we are cleared. We're facing decades in prison and do not even have money for a lawyer. We do not know what to do, but I ask you all know me for who I am and know that neither I nor my husband will ever do anything like this to any child, let alone my beloved daughter. Okay. One count of possession while armed with a handgun. Yeah, it's kind of obvious. Well, if there is more evidence that comes out
show Bob's and Vagine
to support that there's fraudulency with this fundamentalist Christian ex-partner guy,
if I have a favorite here.
then
I mean, I see some names that I.
and then I would like to hear the case about it.
This guy is always here. Brianna's always here. Skeptical Jesus, Mr. Smegma, I see you. Jumbo Slice, that's a name I recognize.
But yep.
You know, you're skeptical, yeah. Darth Swader, I don't know, maybe. Toothless Rabbi, yeah.
No, alright, let's let her off.
That picture is hideous. Who could forget Toothless Rabbi?
Cart. Well, I mean, there needs to be like actual substantial evidence, and until then, there isn't really any reason to keep her in prison, or the husband either.
Curly Q.
I mean, if there really is like suspicions, then monitoring until evidence shows otherwise would be fine. Because with that monitoring, you're also going to probably be able to collect evidence to know if they are or not. And if they're not, then what's the point of keep doing that? So, there's just like, I don't know. It just feels like it's possible, but at the same time, I don't know. It just seems bullshit. But who knows? Okay. Although being held without bail may suggest the police have hard evidence. That's what I mean, yeah. Like, it's possible. And maybe there is at least, enough evidence to support that idea. So, or at least, enough evidence to get them, to get them enough. I don't know. Especially with their, with the substance possession with a handgun as well, with a child in the midst of that, just without the pedophilic claims as well on top of that, and the sexual assault charges claims on top of that.
I'm just not gonna put up with it tonight. Dumb motherfuckers are gone immediately. Immediately. You mean like mine? No, I could actually read that sentence. It was actually like a sentence that a human being might say. Yeah, tonight's a zero tolerance night, man. You're just gonna get fucking immediately.
We always got to prune the tree.
If you cross me in the wrong way. I won't even tell you what the wrong way is, too. Any plans for a Charles Manson episode? Would really like that.
We always got to prune the tree every now and then, don't we?
A year's worth of shows, two shows a week.
That's true. We started Suicide Cult with Paul. Yes, totally.
My brain kind of mushy on what we've covered, and I feel like we've covered Manson. Okay, yeah. See, so this time my brain was right.
Yeah, they already what? Why? Because someone asked if they did Charles Manson, or if they're going to.
Oh, how's your back, dude? It hurts, dude.
You've covered both men.
Be that way.
Oh.
who's going to cross the line in an attempt at being funny. You won't even know, though, because they're just going to disappear. I'm just going to quietly go over here to the chat, and they're going to be gone. They won't even know they're gone until they're gone.
They won't know until they're officially gone. The salt.
Well, I just want to say thanks for.
I know. I love salt.
For film.
I love
Cool.
Paul's salt every now and
Pay
then.
it forward if you can. Show somebody that's not into movies good movies. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Do a DFF on Marshall Manson to complete the Manson trilogy. Charles, Marilyn, and Marshall. Damn.
Yeah, I guess this is my Sunday. Maybe I should find some like church music. What do you think?
No.
Maybe we should start doing that. Like, you know, when I'm doing these early Sundays. It's like church for all of you. Let's see if we can find church music.
No.
Royalty-free worship music. Yeah, let's get some church going up in here, dude. I like it.
Good googly moogly.
I like the idea. The church of, yeah, the church of.
Oh, I thought. There's just no way I can hang. I can't hang with that dog. No, there's no. I can't. I'd rather have William Shatner sing me Bohemian Rhapsody. Actually, that sounds great. He used to give it a rest of the salt. I mean, he doesn't really acknowledge it that much. He just happens to get salty every now and then.
Yeah.
I kind of love it
Is it supposed to be,
sometimes.
like soaking in the presence of God, I guess.
What the fuck? It's like atmospheric. People are begging for monk chants. This doesn't sound like church music. Paul, I think you misclicked. I'm gonna finally take my hat off. Realized I had it on this time.
It sounds like it's about to drop.
It's about
to get the drop.
I don't think we're gonna get the drop.
Oh man, that's a bad drop.
I told you there wasn't any drop.
You know what? This is good worship music though, and you guys aren't seeing it, but listen, watch this. There was a time
Oh my god.
when I ain't too proud of this. There's a time when I mocked God. I mocked him. Took his name in vain.
God damn it, Paul.
Made fun of people like you. Like all of you sitting out there. Worshipping.
What the fuck?
I was a blasphemer. A liar. A cheater. A murderer in my heart. And a
Against.
adulterer in my heart. And I was not saved.
Oh man.
And I didn't even know it.
Damn.
I didn't even know it. I didn't even know that my father was out there calling to me. Until one day, I hopped on a plane to go somewhere on vacation.
Somewhere.
While I was up there at 30,000 feet, one of those engines shut down. And let me tell you, an avowed atheist prayed that day. An avowed atheist found the Lord that day.
What the fuck?
An avowed atheist washed the feet
Oh my
Jesus
god.
Christ that day.
This is something.
I'll tell you, no sooner did his light and glory fill my heart
You know,
than that engine just started right back up.
oh, pff. What the fuck? I started to imitate the tongues.
It works. It works.
Oh man, this is too good. Gonna listen to Rogan. Right, yeah, I'm gonna grind up a little weed here, load a little schmitty bowl, and wrap it up, and just listen to Paul Robert's status. Yeah, no shit, dude. God damn, why do you think I stream in here now, dude?
That's enough of that. That's enough of the Church of Paul. Is there any other good worship music? I want some upbeat worship music, because that just sounds like... I don't know, man.
Like, that guy drinks Four Loko way too hard and gets intense in that fucking game. It gets, like, goddamn impossible to fucking be in there. Plus, it's just cold as shit. It is just cold as balls. And I don't want to be freezing in here. I'd rather just be, like, comfortably warm with my jacket on here. Instead of, like... God damn, I want to quit the game. I know. The occasional scream, dude. Fuck. Just like, motherfucker. It's just like, motherfucker. Firing correctly. I assumed that a while ago. I don't think anyone's circuits in this house besides mine are functioning correctly. And that's saying something. Like, even I felt a little weird saying that, because even I don't think that, but I think if we want to be realistic, I think I'm the one who's normal. Oh god, he's going back into it. I certainly aren't. Yeah. Though, the only reason why I do is just because if you look at the perspective of everyone, with me, I'm pretty sure I'm stable.
Actually, I do know how spot on I am. I was raised a Christian. I do know how spot on I am. I've sat through shit like this before.
I've sat for shit like that before, too. The only reason why I can't mimic it is because I find it just so insufferably disgusting, and I actually physically cringe if I, like, try to. Or I just can't do it in a very serious manner.
Organ music. 1 hour of dark organ.
Castlevania. That's just going all over the place. That's like chaotically ominous.
Yeah. And let's see if we can do it. Let's skip ahead a little bit. It's me,
What is he doing?
That used to be actual church music.
There we go.
Yeah, they used to play.
Maybe less than minutes. Damn.
They used to rail on that organ.
I know there's some dude at a bar in Selwood that sells chocolate covered mushrooms, or like chocolate candies with psilocybin mushrooms in it. I'm just like, curious. I'd like to have some for just having, so I can do so in my future. Because I remember Logan was talking about that, and if he's saying that, then maybe I can potentially get some myself that I can have on the side, and then I can actually just do it on my own time. And, you know, I think that would actually be a far better experience, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm hopefully that will be the outcome of that. That'll be good.
Because it does.
But I've been shown a brand new picture of good life.
Get in, Mike. Text and all identification field book. Christian hip hop and lost 5 viewers. LMAO. What the fuck is this?
No. No. You know what the sad thing is? And this is fucked up, but tell me I'm not right. He doesn't even mention Jesus in this first part, but I can tell this is Christian. Like, it just got it.
Well, like what? Oh, he's playing it again. I mean, I had a good, and I have good access. You'd be a bit surprised how common they are. Oh yeah. I mean, I know they're pretty common. I mean, they're common around here. So, I just have to get one of those books and eventually, learn which ones I'll need to look for, or at least have the identifications of what I do need specifically, especially for my native area. Like, I wouldn't necessarily need like a whole encyclopedia book about every mushroom. I'll just need to have the ones I specifically need to look for what I'm trying to get, and then go from there. This necrotic tissue, which can have harmful bacteria. So just look out for tissue that is basically corroding or like dissipating or whatever. Look for something pristine, basically. This is essentially what you're saying. Don't look for like this weird half mushy jumby thing that's kind of mushed and squished and potentially has something in it that isn't just shroom. Like, you want like this nice, pristine, just perfectly, nicely constructed mushroom. You don't want like this weird thing happening. Although you'll have to read the cap and spore and stripe descriptions first. Yeah. Of course. Anyway, it's a little late, so I'll not kill the bull because I can't do that, but I'll hit this bull a few times or however many times I will do it, and I'll just listen to some Paul. So you can chat with me there if you want to keep chatting with me. Only one can legally buy sport kits online in the US, just saying. Sweet. That's all I need to know. I'm surprised Joe hasn't made his triggered face yet. He's probably asleep or not currently here. You have no excuse not to do it. It's cheap and easy. Yeah, just priority of what I need to buy, essentially, is the only thing. What is he going on about now?
That's the thing, man. I don't know. Can we talk real quick about white dudes that have black affectations like this? Because on one hand, I don't really have a problem with it.
Oh, is this a wigger?
I don't have to deal with it.
Is it one of those guys? Is it
this dude got my girl's name on his neck?
Is this a wiggus? Oh my god, this guy has Ashley tattooed on his neck. Dude. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
This dude, like, if you think about it, if this dude was like and this is why it
dude, what the fuck? The coincidence. The coincidence.
Whatever accent or affectation he wants to use, it's up to him. But if this dude was in a crisis, like, let's say,
what the fuck?
I don't know, man. Like, somebody had a gun to his head, or, like, his mom was dying or something. Do you think he'd be like, oh,
I guess they shut
hell no.
down finally, cut
Mama
up.
ain't fenced to die.
Damn.
Hell no, man.
No, man, mama ain't fits to die, man. Ain't no goddamn way, man. Mama too gangster to die. You know what I mean? The devil tripping. The devil tripping if you think he gonna take mama. Hell no, man. Hell no. No, this dude's gonna be like, Mom, what's wrong? Please, Mommy, be okay, you know? And it's just like, if that's how you are when it's the realest of the real, then isn't that how you should be if you want other people to think you're real? I don't know.
Do it. Anybody can do it.
Yeah, exactly. Anybody can cram tinfoil on their teeth and get a bunch of face tats and talk like an idiot. Anybody can do it.
Don't let these tattoos be the reason why you feel like you can't go nowhere in life.
They're gonna be. They're gonna be. Don't tell these dudes staring at a tatted up ex-fucking crack rapper to go get face tats, you dumb fuck. Because let me tell you what, you ain't gonna get hired anywhere other than a fucking warehouse looking like that.
I got tattoos on my face and I go to work every day.
You're a rapper.
9 to 5 driving forklifts, man, for 5.
Oh, he drives forklifts. Okay.
Oh, warehouse
That is
job.
one of the jobs
What
you're
Paul
gonna
was
go
just
get,
talking
a
about.
Warehouse job.
Out of minds. You see what I'm saying? So I love y'all, man. I ain't gonna talk about it no more, man. I'm about to show y'all something real quick.
Ooh. Thank goodness, because goddamn, you've been talking for about a minute and a half.
Y'all follow me as I follow Christ, man.
Did he say that?
Ow!
That's how it's gonna go.
Oh.
I'm about to show y'all something real quick. Y'all follow me as I follow Christ, man.
God. Oh no. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't.
Do you know what time it is?
Hmm?
Do you know what time it is? You want me up?
Sorry.
That's how many masters I got one. That's how many
like
pastors
sleeper?
I got one. That's how many asses my pastors got one.
What the fuck?
Oof. Man. Look at these dudes standing behind him, man. Like, I'm not gonna claim that I could kick either of these dudes' ass, but are these, like...
Oh my God.
Are these dudes
The
behind
absurdity.
not the least intimidating looking tough dudes that you've ever seen in your life? Look at these dudes. I mean, this dude right here looks like he could probably fuck some shit up. But this one? I don't know. He's trying pretty hard there. That little strip goatee though. No hard ass wears that. There ain't a hard ass in the world that has a strip goatee. Not a hard ass in the world. I'm calling it right now. Not a hard.
Oh my
ass
God.
in the
One
world.
of them has
Not a
that
real
strip
hard ass
goatee.
in the world has a
That's
strip
why he's
goatee.
talking about it. Oh no.
Not one.
And I grew up fast on my block. And I grew up on my
Oh.
grind. Hot to feed the eyes of
Oh.
all minds.
Oh. Oh. This is so bad. This is actually like numbing all of my pain. So I can do this.
What I'm gathering from this is that, like, Christian rap, you just remove all the language. You basically rap about the same shit that you normally would rap about. Like, I grew up on my grind, came up from the gutter, you know, slang rocks on them, and then you go, but Jesus. You know, so there's like a little grain of Jesus thrown into a normal rap song. Cooking up crack in the kitchen. Stirring in that Pyrex whipping. You know. Then Jesus came from heaven. So I smoked some crack with that bitch. So, what is this? It's totally all
Seriously.
over the place.
Christian rap is
This
really
guy gonna pull out a
confusing.
gun and shoot me, or pull out a Bible and read it to me, or both, and in which
Yeah, like come up on your whip and do a drive-by while simultaneously preaching the Bible. That's what I feel like.
Not no money, it's not no drugs, not no women, sure it's not thugs. Spit fire, lay you like drugs, spread like dust, pity much love.
man, there's just something inherently wrong about listening to a hip hop guy talk about how like you don't want no women.
You don't want no
Something about
women,
that just like puts my teeth on edge, man.
dude. Either that dude is like a classic gay, which honestly that guy kind of looks like he is.
I don't want no women. I don't want no drugs. It's like quit rapping then.
So confusing, man. So confusing. I don't get Christian rap. It's like
Well, that's all I had to hear. That the rapping's just begun. It's not even close. That's all I